Do not worry. Do not worry.
Well, howdy everybody, welcome. We got some there we go. How's everybody doing, folks? Welcome to a brand new episode of podcast. It's been a minute. The connection might be bad, folks.
مشكلتي اني بنساش فهم اللعبة عارف الغشاش نحط الكلمة كلمة على كلمة تخزق ثانا كانها رشاش ونجمع كلمة على كلمة الكلمة قوية زي غزال الهمة تطلع فوق.
Say hello to our new little friend, folks.
مشكلتي اني
Say hello.
فهم اللعبة عارف الغشاش نحط الكلمة كلمة
Haley D, member for 4 months, says hello. Welcome, Haley D. We have missed you.
والعادة هي مش منيحة الماضي سنه ماضي المستقبل يخطط كيف يعدينا الحاضر غاب ونسي اللي راح واحنا ما ننساش احنا المندريها.
I have a lot to talk to you guys about.
مليحة صاروا شبيحة.
First, this is Fawzi with a song called كلمة.
أصل السواق دايس هيك دوسوك علينا بالعربدة بالمسطرة
Hopefully Nour can add this to the playlist. I'm having connection issues, folks. So like OBS and YouTube are telling me that I don't have a very good connection even though I'm using my 4G. So let me know what's happening in there. Let me know if the audio's good. I got you guys over here on the side. I got the chat right here. Missed you guys. How's it going? I wish this was a. Oh, by the way, I finally set up the stream deck, folks. Can I show you? I'll show you guys the setup in a second. How's everybody doing, folks? I've missed you all. We don't need to see this right now. Just a second, folks. Let's cut back to. Look how beautiful this thing is. Look how beautiful that thing is. How's everyone doing? There we go. We got the live chat. Trying to be more of a professional streamer. Okay. So, welcome everyone. To my first Unemployed stream. I'm officially unemployed, folks. That's it. It's over. July 1st. We done. But unfortunately, instead of this being, I mean, look, being unemployed can suck for a lot of people. It's not necessarily a joyous occasion. But, I mean, you know, it could have been the start of something new. It could have been a fresh start. Me streaming full time. But instead, it has been soiled, folks. It has been ruined. Audio sounds mildly different, but I don't know why. I hope it sounds good. We added some filters and stuff. Now, if I yell, if you're wearing headphones, be careful. I'm going to yell as a test. I'm yelling. Oh, I'm screaming. I'm screaming. We should have found a way to cap the audio, hopefully. I gave you guys a warning. I was going to yell, okay? So I have a 3 display setup. I want to try to show you guys the setup at some point using the other camera, but let's look at the sweet baby one more time, folks. The case is a thermal take View 270. We'll go over the specs in a second. Not that I know anything about specs or anything like that. First, let me just take a second to thank some of our latest patrons who joined our Patreon a couple weeks back. Elise Marrero, Karen Goodwin, Vince Lasagna, Jennifer Sage, Whoop Whoops, Kara, and Unidentified Florida Man. Thank you guys so much. And to all our members and everyone in the live chat who's engaging and stuff like that. I'm sorry I have been absent. I've been working on working on the new setup and dealing with some shit at work. We literally were let go from our, like my whole team was let go from our jobs like a month ago. We were told that the 30th of June would be our final day, but we have not been paid. So I've been dealing with that and trying to see why myself or the rest of the team is not getting paid. So just before we get into that, let me just remind you guys, if you'd like to. I didn't add we have a Patreon, folks. I forgot to add the graphic. There should be a Patreon code in the description. If you guys would like to support us, you can support us on Patreon. You can become members of the channel. You can also support us by engaging in the live chat, by gifting memberships, leaving some super chats. We very much appreciate you for doing that and for supporting the channel. It is the best and only way to support the small, independent Lebanese YouTube channel coming to you from the heart of Lebanon in the 09 in Zoomkayet, folks. This is a... Honestly, I've taken like the last 5 or 6 days off. It feels like I haven't streamed in weeks. It feels like it's been ages. You know what I mean? Let me just see how many of you guys are in here right now. For some reason, I can't see the... 161 of you guys. God damn. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Ya ahla wa sahla, ya ahla wa sahla. Hope this is all good. Hope we have less technical difficulties moving forward. So let me see what we have to talk about first. So thank you for the support, guys, and all of that. So let's start with some life updates before we get into the computer, before we get into anything else. Sorry, I'm thirsty. By the way, incidentally, that alien head that you guys see, like on the indie case, that is not inside the case. That is a reflection of the like LED alien head that's hanging on the wall. Because there's glass and given the angle, it looks like it's inside of the PC box, but it's not. Okay, that's just fooled you. That ain't what's happening right now. And look, the pretty little split screen. Guys, I have a stream deck. I don't have to click on OBS anymore. I can just press buttons and you guys can see shit. Look at that. Look at all that. Isn't that cool? Ooh, 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 ooh. Click and click and click, 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 click. Okay. I'm just stalling, folks. So I am now officially unemployed, folks. And I haven't been unemployed in a long time. Like I've been working with the same group of people for like in the same industry, like TV and film and stuff, for like 7 years or something. Hey, how's your new PC doing? Do not worry. Commie Space, the PC is doing good. It's overwhelming. We're going to talk about the PC in a second. Here she is one more time. No cats today because I do not trust them around this expensive new gear just yet. So we got to make sure they can handle the PC. But there she blows. There she is. Beautiful. North Star Radio's in the chat, folks. W's in the chat for North Star Radio. Our boy. I need you all here. Thank you for being here, guys. I really need your support. I'm having a shit fucking week. It's been fucking horrendous. I don't think I like the live chat being like on the left right there. It's kind of, it's hard to see. I'm going to move it closer to me. I think that's okay, right? Well, if we see the chat, fuck it. I'm going to do that, folks. Just for now, at least. Because we don't need the screen. I'm just going to be talking for the next few minutes. This is a different live stream, okay? This is just a comeback stream. It's chill. I just want to tell you guys what's happening and shit. So, I am now unemployed, left my work. Well, I mean, I didn't leave. They essentially let everyone go. Okay, what happened is, and I'm not going to get into details. I'm not going to get into like personal details or anything like that. I'm not going to tell you the company that I work for. You can try to be clever and go check my LinkedIn. Joke's on you. I haven't updated my LinkedIn in a long time. So you're not going to be able to figure it out. But essentially, the company that I work at has a number of partners. Okay, there are 3 partners of that company, like shareholders, etc., each with various levels of shareholders. That doesn't matter in the story. And I'm not going to get into any of the personal details of what's happening, the dispute, but essentially there's a dispute between the shareholders of how to run the company or how to manage the company. Fair enough. That happens at a lot of businesses, I'm sure. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people. Veronica H. Song, all the way from Israel, from Tel Aviv, are only one of the 2 Israelis who we love on this podcast, along with Shai. Thank you so much, Veronica. I hope everyone is doing well. What happened to you, Anthony? I'm gonna tell you guys, Veronica. I'm telling you guys the story of what's happening. So buckle up. So essentially, the partners have had a dispute of how to best run the company. You know, it's 2v1 essentially. Okay. So 2 people have one opinion. The other person has one opinion. Had a disagreement. Couldn't get to an agreement. Okay. And they essentially got into some kind of a deadlock because of how the way the company is set up and the board and all of that sort of thing, and people having votes and the way they have to vote, etc. They essentially got into some kind of a deadlock where no one could get anywhere, essentially. So they decided to terminate, like to halt the company's activities until they could figure something out or whatever. You know what I mean? But essentially, they decided to terminate everyone, all of the employees, everyone, except probably like, I don't know, except the shareholders. They're not going to terminate themselves. So they decided to terminate everyone and gave us a 1-month notice, essentially. That happened at the end of May. So they're like, at the end of June, you're done, okay? And you'll get paid what you're owed. I, for example, I'm not going to get into the details of my contract or anyone else's contract. But I work with them on a contract basis. So I'm not an employee, so I don't get any severance. I don't get any exit packages, whatever that is. I'm not owed anything like that. All I'm owed is my final salary for the month of June, okay? Which might not sound like a lot to a lot of people, but an entire month's salary, and when you're unemployed, that can make a big difference. You know what I mean? It's the difference between even traveling or not. It's savings for the next uncertain few months. Who knows how long it's going to take to find a job if I decide to start looking for a job. But like, you know what I mean? Whatever the amount, it's about the principle. It's about paying people what they're owed. It's about honoring contracts with. Hey, are people talking? It's a non-gamer PC, so exhaust is good. People are analyzing my PC. Here you go. You guys can get another little view of that little thing. Hopefully the connection is okay. Hopefully everything is going well. So let me continue the story. So essentially, what was I saying? Where chat remind me. Okay, so I'm on a contract basis, so I'm only owed my final contract, no severance, nothing crazy. But anyways, but there are other people on my team that are employees that have been with the company that are owed their final paycheck and like their severance packages. Essentially, the dispute between the partners has basically halted all activities in the company because of the deadlock, because of people not able to sign off on things and people not able to do. And if I sign off on this thing, that means that, and people have resigned, all that sort of thing. You know what I mean? People have resigned. So there's some kind of deadlock has happened where people can't get paid, essentially, while all of the wealthy partners are arguing amongst themselves. And at this point, it's become kind of like a personal thing, a personal battle between them. The employees, the lowest level people, you know what I mean? The common folk, myself and the people on my team are now collateral damage. You know what I mean? We were chess pieces being used and moved around, and our pay, us not being able to get paid, is a way of them to put pressure on each other, essentially. You know what I mean? Like that's my opinion. That is my opinion based on everything that I've seen so far and how we've been treated as employees. And that's not the worst part. I've mentioned that I'm owed one salary, and that's bad enough, and that's reason for me to be upset. And honestly, I would consider pursuing legal action. The problem is, Veronica H. Song says, is it a communication company where you do the PC? No, the computer was made by like a company called Ayub Computers. Those dudes had a store blown up by Israel, actually, by the IDF. Thank you, Veronica, for the support. So essentially, our salaries are now stuck in limbo. No one can pay us because all of the company activities have halted, and some people are like might get into take legal action against each other. I don't know. It's none of my business. I'm not here to side with anyone on this video right now, live on stream. Although if I don't get paid, I might choose to be a lot more open about what's happening, to be honest with you guys. And if I don't get what is owed to me, but even if I wanted to take legal action, it's not even worth it because it would cost me more to hire a lawyer and go through the whole legal process than my salary is even worth. So, to be honest with you guys, it's not even something that I want to do. It sounds stressful. It sounds like a waste of time. And it sounds like there's nothing to gain. But that's not even the worst part. I'm here in Lebanon and I'm owed one salary. Now, that's bad enough, okay? But I have team members that live in Dubai, that moved to Dubai to work for that company. And literally their visas are now at stake. Like they need their visas to be renewed so they can stay in Dubai, so they can rent homes, so they can get jobs, so they can do anything. They literally now can't leave the country because their visas have expired. And no one at the company, none of the management, just like our salaries are stuck in limbo, no one can sign off on them so they can be transferred to us. The same thing has happened to their visa money, where essentially no one can sign off on their visa money, on their document money, so that they can actually pay for their official paper renewals. So the people up top that are arguing and that are fighting and that have let us go from our jobs also don't give a shit about everyone else's life. You know what I mean? Like imagine leaving your employees, your team abroad, not knowing what the fuck they're going to do, not knowing if they're going to be able to renew their paperwork to stay where they need to stay with their families. It's kind of a clusterfuck, and it's kind of insane, and it's so fucking unethical. And I feel like I've heard enough from both parties to make my own personal opinions and judgments on what's happening. But ultimately, what is undeniable and what no one can deny is that we are ultimately being jerked around, and we're the only victims in this whole fucking case. And all of the wealthiest people in this situation that actually can make sure that we get paid, or that people can get their health insurance, or to make sure that people get their health care or their visas, whatever it is, the people with the actual power don't give a fuck. And they're playing with us like we're some fucking pawns on a chess piece, or like a ping pong ball being slammed from one end of the table to another. And I find it crazy that there's no sort of emergency measure that can be done to get people paid. Like, you know what I mean? And again, if it was worth it for me to pursue litigation, I would have done it, but it's not. And I'm keeping things as vague as I can right now. So I'm sorry if this isn't as exciting as you guys wanted it to be. But I do have one thing to show you guys. This right here is my work laptop. This right here, folks, this is my MacBook Pro that was given to me by my job to use. I've never used it. And it is now a hostage, folks. The MacBook Pro, folks, is going nowhere. This motherfucker, folks. If I don't get paid, folks, this is what's going to happen right now. This is what's happening. If my ass don't get paid in the next 7 days, I'm blowing the shit. I'm blowing this MacBook Pro's brains out. Okay, now, first of all, weirdly enough, we want to know what's funny? No one gives a shit about the MacBook Pro. Everyone's telling me to keep it and to sell it. Both sides are like, hey, don't worry about the computer, man. Like, you don't even need to give it back until this is all sorted or whatever the fuck. Like, I can't even use this as... It's a fake gun. It's a fake gun. Whoever's watching, this is a toy gun. This is a toy gun. Made in China or something. I don't know where this is made, but like, this is not a real gun. Don't get me banned, yo. Not a real gun, not a hostage. This is a laptop. This is a computer. Nothing's gonna get harmed, folks. No one is getting harmed. This is just a little joke. We're making jokes, folks. We're having fun. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing here? We're just having a good time. Check out, did I tell you guys I got a new computer? Did I show you guys the new computer? Is anyone 200 still watching this? God damn, that's pretty impressive, actually. Mudmud sending €2 and says using electronic shields. That's how we do it here in Lebanon, Mudmud. No human shields, but I'll use technology to shield myself. Veronica has clarified your podcast. Is it a communication company where you do the podcast? Oh no, so Veronica, the podcast is something I do on my own. This has nothing to do with my job. This has nothing to do with my job. Is something separate. The podcast is my own personal venture. So that's what's happening, folks. Essentially with my job, and it's super distracting, to be honest with you guys, because I mean it's scary enough to be unemployed and to lose your job, and to do live streaming full time when it was something I was doing as a hobby in my spare time. You know what I mean? To make like extra money. Now that it's my only job, it's my only revenue source, it's kind of fucking terrifying. And I haven't been in a situation like this in a long time. So I kind of want to talk about that. So I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be doing this full time. And yeah, I'm kind of sad because I wanted to start this off with a fun, happy podcast. You know what I mean? Talking about some fun things. Looking ahead at the opportunities. You know what I mean? I have the summer now that I can enjoy during the day and stream at night. I can experiment with all different sorts of content creation, videos, gaming, video game streams, all that sort of thing. But this is really kind of soured the whole thing, and I'm actually honestly very nervous because I mean, as excited as I am with about streaming, doing it as a job kind of changes your relationship with it. You know what I mean? It's one thing to do it for fun, where it's I mean, it's still fun to do. Don't get me wrong, but it's one thing to do it when you know your bills and expenses are all covered already by your job, and then everything else you're doing is just kind of, you know, for fun. And hey, if it picks up and if we find an audience, we find an audience. I never used to depend on YouTube to survive. It has never been a thing. You know what I mean? I tried once years ago and it didn't work out. So I don't want me having to rely on streaming and YouTube to change my relationship with it. But I think it's inevitable. You know what I mean? I want to look forward to streams because I want to have fun. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to talk. I want to cover things that I want to cover. I want to talk about things that we want to talk about. I want to share my opinion on things. It's not cool, I feel, to have to do it to survive. I think that's kind of shitty. And I'm kind of, and I wasn't ready to do that. Like there are streamers that make a great living by doing this and by streaming full time, whether on Twitch, whether here, whether they do just chatting or gaming or whatever the fuck it is, politics. Lots of successful streamers out there that I can look to as examples, as models of like who I want to try to be like. But what was I saying? Sorry. I'm really so fucking distracted by this whole thing. It's really been a horrific few days. Like I kept postponing this stream for days. I kept fucking postponing this thing. But I mean, I'm just kind of nervous, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm 35. I'm turning 35 at the end of the summer. You know what I mean? So streaming full time and trying to, I don't know, man. Like it's gonna be scary. It's exciting to have you guys on here, and I am very excited about it. Like, don't get me wrong. The prospect of even having the opportunity to do this as a job, to stream and just do it a few hours a day, like, it is kind of crazy, and I'm very lucky to even have the opportunity to do it, but I wasn't ready right now. Like, my plan was to keep my full-time job, keep streaming on the side to see how sustainable it actually was, because I did have a few good couple of months recently. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. The last couple of months have been good. With all the H3 drama happening and all the debates, and like there was a lot of stuff to cover, there was a lot of stuff to talk about. People were excited about coming to this channel and stuff. What if the channel starts dying out in a month or two? So I was willing to take the time to see how long this was going to take. You know what I mean? I wanted to give it its time. I wanted to keep my job and stream on the side and figure out, okay, is this actually sustainable? Did my channel blow up for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then it's kind of going to die out and that's it? So I might have decided to make the transition to streaming full time or to making content full time on my own, but I wanted to get to that point on my own and on my own time. Now I feel like I've been forced into it. I've been pressured into it, and I have to do this. And it's not even like I can just go out and find another job, because I've been doing the same thing for like 6 or 7 years. I don't even know if I want to get the same kind of job. I kind of want to rethink my whole life. You know what I mean? Maybe I want to do something entirely different. I don't want to rush into any other job, even though, again, the stability of an income would be very nice. Who wouldn't like that? But I mean, you don't get these opportunities very often, and I'm extremely lucky that I have some kind of a cushion to fall back on. I have a little bit of savings on the side, so like it's not like I'm going to starve to death tomorrow. I'm okay. You know what I mean? Even after getting screwed for my salary, thankfully I can survive, and because of my YouTube channel, I can survive on my own. But I just wasn't ready, so it's a bit overwhelming. Like, I don't know. I'm excited about you don't get these opportunities very much in life. You know what I mean? Kind of to get a fresh start. And honestly, with AI, like AI that is completely transforming almost every single industry that we work in. Ooh, North Star Radio says, well, if this helps, this is pretty much the only live podcast I watch. Well, thank you so much, North Star Radio. I love you so much. Thank you thank you for being here. Let me see if I've missed out on some super chats. Veronica H. Song says, with another 6 shekels, I'm sorry you're going through this now. We are here. Well, thank you, Veronica. I love that you guys are here. And Half Tooth Replica sends $5. Congratulations on the new PC. Can't wait for that Elden Ring live playthrough. Oh my God, do not expect me to play any Elden Ring or like Souls-like games, okay? I will have a brain aneurysm and destroy my computer. But if you guys would like to watch me go through that, I might consider doing that for y'all. I have a lot of time to do that. You know, believe it or not, Freud's Hot Mom has just become a member. And again, for members and patrons, I promise the live streams are coming back. The exclusive content is coming back. It's just been kind of an insane period right now. We're dealing with work and the new setup and all of that. Again, look this pretty little thing right here. So anyways, that's it when it comes to my job, essentially. Like, I'm not even in a rush to find another one, because who knows what I want to do. And AI, bro, like AI is literally AI is already ruining like the movie making and TV industry, which is where I was working. I work in media, like film and TV. Okay, like I guarantee in like 5 to 10 years, but maybe in 5 years, people are going to be able to make their own feature-length films or like episodes of TV, like 30-minute long videos, by just writing a prompt. I want a movie that is like Taken, but I want it to be starring me with Sydney Sweeney, and I want there to be a romance between myself and Sydney Sweeney, and I will win, and I will beat the bad guy at the end. Enter, and then give it 5 minutes. It's going to spit out a movie, and you're going to be able to watch it. What movie studio is going to want to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to hire a fucking crew of thousands of people and an army of VFX artists and concept artists and all those people that it takes to create art? They're going to start fucking churning all that shit out using fucking AI. AI's taking over every sort of job, so it's like, what do I even want to do? What do I even want to do with my life, bro? Like, it's insane. It's honestly insane. And the first thing to go was art. The first thing to fucking go with AI was fucking art, so. At least Lena says Sydney Sweeney, the Trump supporter. Yeah, I'm not saying that I even like Sydney Sweeney. I'm just thinking of any movie that any dude that would want, I want to be with Sydney Sweeney. I am the hero of the movie, you know? That's what's going to be. And people are going to start paying a premium. Like if you want to watch a movie made by humans, it's going to be like when you're at the supermarket and you're buying organic vegetables versus like GMO vegetables or non-GMO. You know what I mean? You pay a little bit more for the farm-grown, family-owned farm. You pay, you know, $3 for an apple. But if it's, you know, the GMO, whatever fucking apples that no one gives a fuck about, you're going to pay a cheaper price for a kilo of apples. So it's going to be like that. It's going to be like buying artisan ice cream. You know what I mean? Like handmade, handcrafted, delicious gelato versus some Ben & Jerry's. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be, hey, you want some stuff made with AI or some handmade, beautiful stuff? And I mean, I hope you would think that podcasting would be safe, and you would think that like user-generated content and things that we make and upload on websites like YouTube and stuff like that would be safe. But no, they're already making AI ASMR videos. So it's coming for ASMR. I was offered like months ago. I got an email from some kind of AI company. I can't remember what it was called, RHEI or R something like that. And they were literally offering to pay me $100 per hour of content on my channel. And because I had like 170 hours, they essentially wanted to pay me $17,000 to use my catalog of videos to train their AI model. Now they weren't going to leave me. They weren't going to pay me the 17 grand at once. They were going to start with like 2 grand at first for 200 for like 20 hours, and then we'll buy more or whatever the fuck it was. However they worded it. But I looked at the contract, and it was so fucking scary. They could literally use my content. And like one of the lines was like, in ways that have not yet been invented in perpetuity forever and ever. I was like, holy fucking shit, bro. Like I'm going to be selling, they're going to be using my fucking footage to film milk commercials in Thailand or whatever the fuck. So I was like, okay, maybe not. Even though, honestly, part of me right now kind of regrets it. I'm like, Google is stealing my content anyways and using it to train their AI models for free. So might as well have gotten paid for it. Am I right? Might as well. Should have gotten paid for that shit because it's kind of pointless that way. Actually, I'm kind of not. I'm still used to looking at the chat on my phone. I kind of like that system more than looking at the screen. I got this whole extra display for nothing. No, I'm kidding, folks. I love this new setup. But anyway, so I am unemployed. Just making sure I'm talking about everything. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's what's happening. Get ready to see a lot more of me, hopefully. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to be consistent. I'm gonna try to work on a consistent weekly schedule for streams. I'm gonna still try to stick to 4 to 5 streams a week. I still need some free time since I stream at night. I need to spend time with the people that I love and with my friends and with my girlfriend, so I can't stream every night. But I'm also gonna try to substitute that with streaming during the day. So for a lot of, if anyone still watches me here in Lebanon and whoever's watching in Europe and we're on a similar time code, I'm going to try to play some video games. I'm going to try to do some daytime streaming. I got the time now. I'm unemployed. I ain't got shit to do. IRL streams. I have the gear to try to do that. So bit by bit, I'm going to try to experiment with more content. I have to, folks. If I don't make videos, if I don't live stream, I will starve to death. That is what I have to do over the summer until I figure out what is next for me in life. You know what I mean? I don't want to rush through anything. I want to kind of take the summer, think about it. And we're going to be streaming full time and using this time to kind of experiment and see, is this something that I can do forever? Is this something that you guys are even interested in? You know what I mean? Is this something that we can do? Or else my ass got to go get another fucking job. You know what I'm saying? But first, we need to get that salary. And don't forget, YouTube, this is a fake gun. Okay, I promise, YouTube. Fake gun. This MacBook Pro's going to fucking get it. Okay, you hear me? This MacBook Pro is gonna get it. Okay, I can't get much money for this. This is worth like fucking $1,000 maybe, okay? This is like a 2-year-old MacBook Pro. I can't get a lot of money for this. Y'all give me my money, goddammit. The gun is, again, this is a fake gun. It is not to threaten anyone that I work with. It is to threaten the MacBook Pro, folks. We're trying to have some fun in this fucking shit situation. Half Tooth Replica has just joined our members, and I'm also going to try to add like animations, like anytime someone becomes a member, a little ding happens. I want to do that. Okay, I promise y'all. I want to try to find a way to pull up your super chats. So actually, let me bring back up the chat. Why did I do that? Why did I close the chat? I was doing it earlier. Just give me a second, folks. You guys want to look at the computer for a second? Ayo. Let me open up a new window. Take it back here. So the computer, I'm going to get you guys by the way, this is a very casual stream. We're going to talk about Bob Vyvance in a bit. Okay, we're going to talk about Bob, and we might even do some Ethan Klein Some Ethan Klein lawsuit updates, okay? You fiends, you animals. Let me just find a way. Let me just go back to the chat and have it. In case I do want to pull it up, it would be nice. Am I right? Boom. Okay, so it's not Alienware, folks. Again, it's not an Alienware. The alien happened by accident. It is a reflect because there's like glass on the case. It's a reflection of the alien that's hanging on the wall. It's not an Alienware. It's like a thermal take. So let me tell you guys what the let's look at some. You guys want to look at some some stats? You want to look at some stats? Okay, you're gonna take a look at my desktop too. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, fuck it. It's pretty organized. 1 second. 1 second, just in case you guys want. I mean, it's too late now already. There we go. Okay, folks. This PC, we running on Windows 11 Pro. What do we got? We got an Intel Core i5 1440. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say i5 is shit. You should have gotten an i7 or an i9. Listen, folks, we're operating on a budget, but we got a fucking RTX 5060 graphics card, so let's fucking go. I ain't fucking around when it comes to graphics, okay? We got 32 gigs of RAM, so we ain't fucking around. We got 1 terabyte of fucking storage. That's pretty fucking cool. The motherboard and all that shit. I have all sorts of ports in the back of this thing. It is a port monster. I used to have to use like a fucking 2 docks, like almost a massive fucking 11 or 13 port dock with my little MacBook Air and have to plug everything in. This thing, I mean, the cable management situation is horrendous right now. It's horrific. But, I mean, guys, this thing is honestly life-changing. We got some nice little cooling fans up at the top. 2 fans at the top, 1 on the side. This thing is beautiful. We got the matcha green color of the Thermal Take View 270. The whole thing costs like $1,700. I got 2 displays, like $100 each. I also had to get like a power, or like as you guys know, the power cuts off here a lot. So I had to get a big-ass battery to like keep the computer on. Now, one big disadvantage of this PC versus the laptop, the one advantage of the laptop so far the connection has been better. So far the connection, because it's a MacBook and I have an iPhone, for some reason it seems like the hotspot is working better on my phone, with my phone and my Mac. It seems that I'm having some connection issues right now. But another advantage is that when we lose power, when we lose electricity, the stream can still keep running as long as my MacBook is charged. With this computer, the battery can keep my computer on for like 5 minutes. So if we ever do get like one of those long power outages, and if it lasts more than like 4 minutes, it might shut off the whole fucking computer and end the fucking stream, which is a fucking problem. So I tried to get the biggest battery I could. It was like $77. So just on these extra expenses, and because I had to pay with my debit card, they charged me an extra 3%, so I just paid an extra like $60 in just like taxes, bro. So that fucking sucked. But yeah, and I got a nice little fancy 2-screen stand. Let me try to show this to you guys. Let me just put the gun away before we show this to you guys. Let me use the other camera and let me give you guys a little tour. The fake gun, okay? Jesus. La, la, la. That's not gonna work because like it's connected to like 2 things. Look, I got a pretty nice keyboard. Look at this shit. It's like a completely crystal. This is an $88 keyboard, and it's actually $80 on Amazon. So like finding it for $88 in Lebanon is actually a pretty good fucking price. You're not gonna see it right now, but like it's completely RGB. You can completely change. And I know all PCs and stuff, I always used to make fun of the RGB stuff, but as soon as it's your turn to buy something, anything that's like just like standard black or white looks so fucking lame. So I was everything I could find that was like colorful or like transparent with a lot of lights I bought. So I could change this keyboard's color to be to any color I want essentially, or any sort of like fun patterns. So that was nice, kind of expensive, but I was like, fuck it. You only get one of those computers once. I finally set up the stream deck, folks, so I can now switch between cameras just by pushing these buttons. I've been using like my mouse and OBS to switch, so this is going to make switching and everything a lot more seamless, hopefully moving forward. And by the way, thank you guys. Like, I would not have been able to afford any of this stuff without you guys. As soon as I told you guys I was serious about buying a new setup because it was necessary, you guys were so fucking supportive. Right here in the live chat, by gifting memberships, by sending super chats, by joining the Patreon. So I really appreciate you all so fucking much. A big thank you from me, because honestly, without you guys and without this YouTube channel, I would be fucking terrified right now, because literally, like, I was not expecting to lose my job. I lost my job when I was in the States on vacation. As you guys remember, I did a lot of live streams from there. Landed here in Lebanon. The very next day, I get a call telling me like the situation, kind of giving me an idea of like what was happening. And ever since then, it's just been question marks, almost no communication. And then at the end of May, we find out that it's official that we are getting let go. And like, it's not like the economy's booming in Lebanon. It's not like it's easy to go find good paying jobs here. So this is literally saving my ass right now. YouTube is literally keeping me alive. And you guys, by helping me grow the channel, making it a lot more successful, giving me an opportunity, at least giving me an audience to talk to, and at least to give me a fighting chance to make it. So I'm also going to try Twitch. I think for gaming, I'm going to try Twitch. Let me know if that's a good idea, or if it's better to stick to YouTube for gaming. I'm not sure, actually. Are you guys on Twitch? I would be curious to know. So anyways, having talked about all of that, having introduced you guys to the beautiful computer, there she is. I think we can move to some of the topics. Let's have some fun. Let's go to some old school DNW, and let's talk about. First off, Israel has restarted their bombing of Lebanon. Here. This was from 4 days ago. This is in South Lebanon. They're throwing bunker busters all over the south. This is like fucking, the scale of this is kind of hard to like describe. Like, these are little homes, you know what I mean? These are like little family homes that are built, maybe 2-story homes. Look at the scale of these explosions. Ceasefire, by the way. We have a ceasefire with Israel. Like, that's what's crazy. Don't forget. That's what's happening right now. So we still got Israel out here horny for some killing. Nick sends $5 and says, here's a small piece of your last month's salary. DNW Warriors, rise up and get our boy paid. It is not on Nick, that's very sweet of you. It is not on you guys to make up for what people legally owe me. I am legally owed that money. So we are going to fight tooth and nail to get it. I'm not going to fight legally to get it, because again, like I said, it's going to cost me too much to do that legally, but I will fucking fight them on YouTube. Believe it or not. Ethan's Basement says dual streaming could work. My dream, he says, Twitch's UI sucks. Well, if Ethan's Basement doesn't fuck with Twitch, I might not fuck with Twitch. But I was going to say one thing. If being a former student of the H3 podcast world, and having been a fan of the H3 podcast, if I've learned one thing from Ethan Klein, is to weaponize a podcast and to sort of kind of use it to really talk about what people are doing to you if you ever feel screwed over. So if I feel like I have to use this podcast, and if my only way to get what I need is to talk about it right here on the show, then I will strongly consider doing that. So yeah, just a quick reminder that Lebanon is still under attack. There's actually a really fucking weird thing that popped up. I'm trying to hide my display icons. There's this photo that, do I not have it here? Yes. So this, I found this on, I'm still not used to the stream deck. This was on Reddit, r/Lebanon. This was put up in Tel Aviv today. Look, it's a billboard. Look on who is on the left. And if you do look on the left, this right here is our Lebanese president, Joseph Hon. It says the Abraham Alliance. It's time for a new Middle East to have all sorts of Arab leaders here from all sorts of different countries. So like from Egypt, Jordan, Syria, you got Trump, you got Netanyahu, obviously. So like this is kind of fucked up. This is kind of offensive, okay? And Lebanese people, we're not happy about that. A lot of them. Let me tell you about that. But like this is kind of messed up. Just so you know, we ain't cool with that. Oops, sorry. Oh, I love clicking. Nour, you're gonna enjoy that stream deck when you get it. The cable is not long enough to get to you where you're sitting. Also, another little problem introduced by this setup, weirdly enough, I can't see the crew where they're sitting. There's two displays in front of me, and they're kind of blocking my view, so I can't see their faces. I'm only going to be able to see them through the screen. Get used to that, Nour. You're not going to see my face. I mean, they're probably going to be happy about that. But yeah. But anyways, back to our topics. What's happening here? Is the connection good, by the way, folks? Because YouTube is telling me that the connection is very bad. And that it's buffering for you guys and that it's bad. So let me know if it's okay. If it's acceptable. Actually, let me double check just to make sure what it is saying right now. Oh, it says the stream is healthy. What do you know? Healthy stream. Okay, back to my screen. By the way, guys, 32 gigs of RAM. This ain't gonna fucking freeze. This ain't nothing gonna happen to this fucking monster of a computer. Okay, so Israel bombing Lebanon. Look at this crazy lady. I'm at a loss for words. These people are sick. This is an American Israeli lady. Listen to what she had to say. This is kind of infuriating.
I don't care if you believe that Palestinians are indigenous to the land of Palestine. That does not mean they get to have their own country within the current country of Israel. Let me explain. Almost every single country in the world was conquered. Canada was colonized by the French and British. The land...
Okay, connection seems good. Thank you, guys. This lady's fucking crazy. This lady's fucking crazy, bro.
Was taken country of Israel. Let me explain. Almost every single country in the world was conquered. Canada was colonized by the French and British. The land was taken from...
And that makes it okay. Because the whole world was conquered, because other people did it, we should be allowed to genocide the Palestinians. Great sound logic.
From the native Inuits and Métis. In no way, shape, or form are the Inuit...
Wait, did I say American Israeli? I'm so sorry, folks. What the... Guys, what is even an Israeli? I mean, let's be real. Let's get back to this.
It's allowed to create their own country within Canada because they were indigenous. Australia was colonized by the British, and the land was taken from the indigenous Aboriginals. Are they allowed to have their own country within Australia? Southern Australia is now going to be a new country because they were indigenous. No, that is not...
Okay, you fucking idiot. At least they're allowed. Native Americans, I mean, not originally, but I mean now, if you're a Native American, you're allowed to walk around all of America. You're allowed to walk in where another white person walks. You are not segregated and you're not discriminated against by the color of your skin or your origin, like you are in Israel. If you're a Palestinian in Israel, you're not allowed to walk around everywhere you're allowed to go. There are fucking tourists have more fucking rights in Israel than Palestinians. So it's not the fucking same thing. At least I believe today, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but like the Aboriginals or the indigenous people of different countries, at least today, are treated with respect in a lot of countries. You know what I mean? And they try to give them their due culturally and stuff like that. So it's not the same. Palestinians are literally prisoners in their own fucking country, and they're getting fucking genocided and killed. So like, this is such a horrific and dumb take.
Not the way the world works. In 1948, the Jews fought a war against the Arabs and Palestinians on the land. The Jews won that war. I don't care that we were indigenous. I don't care that Palestinians were indigenous. It is our land. It is now a country. No other country in the world.
Bro, she's like, okay, let's be fair. She does have, I mean, she's very animated. So maybe she does have some Middle Eastern in her, actually.
I don't care that we were indigenous.
Or fascist.
I don't care that Palestinians were indigenous. It is our land. It is now a country. No other country in the world is expected to separate part of their country and give it to the indigenous.
No other country in the world. I forgot to put my bandage, actually, but it's okay. My hand needs a fucking break. It needs to breathe. It's doing a little bit better, by the way. Doing a little bit better. This lady's fucking crazy, bro.
People. No, but somehow that argument makes sense for all of you morons. It doesn't make sense for the US. It doesn't make sense for Mexico. It doesn't make sense for Canada. It doesn't make sense for Australia. And it definitely doesn't make sense for Israel. It's unbelievable how much Jew hatred blinds people into demanding things of Israel that they would never demand of another country.
Because it's happening in front of our fucking eyes right now, bro. Like if we were watching the British, or like, you know what I mean, the American colonizers decapitating and fucking genociding the Native Americans on fucking TikTok and fucking Instagram Live, we would have fucking complained. There was no fucking social media back then. People were slaughtering people left and right. No one fucking knew. Okay? It was a different fucking time. It's 2025. People should not be genociding other people for land, especially not on fucking camera. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. The complete insanity on display is just is crazy. Okay, let's get to the man of the hour. Our man Bob Vylan, who, I'll be honest with you guys, I've never heard of this guy before. I've never heard of his music. I may have heard his music before with not knowing who he was, but Bob Vylan, is it Vylan or Villain? Bob Vylan. Anyways, he's a household fucking name now, okay? I definitely know who the fuck he is now. So let's say that. You guys have seen this. Everyone's talked about this. But let me talk about it right now. It is important. He is, you know, going all over the place because of this. Everyone's talking about this.
Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Alright, but have you heard this one though? Death, death to the IDF. 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 Hell yeah, from the river to the sea, Palestine must be, will be, inshallah, it will be free. Free, free.
Okay, so that's fucking badass. So, I mean, what happened essentially? What is this, like Glastonbury? Is this Glastonbury? So they were trying to cut away from kneecap because of their previous controversial statements saying, you know, free Palestine and fuck Israel. So they cut away to this guy thinking they're being smart, thinking, we're going to avoid controversy on the BBC. We're not looking for controversy today. We're not looking to support the Palestinian people. So they cut to this fucking badass. They cut to this fucking G who starts chanting death, death to the IDF, essentially taking things a little bit further than free Palestine and fuck Israel. You know what I mean? A direct, kind of call to violence. But I mean, to be fair, a call to violence against the most violent entity in the world. So does anyone really feel bad for the IDF? Like, you know what I mean? And it's such a fake controversy. All the outrage is such fake outrage from the most fucking annoying fucking people you can imagine. So it's not like it even means anything. Give me a moment. 300 of you in the... Thank you for everyone who's joining us. The 300 of you in the live chat right now. Thank you so much. And sorry if the beginning of the podcast was a little bit of a downer. It's kind of... I'm sorry. Like, I'm going through some shit right now. But everyone who's here supporting and watching, very happy to be back with you guys. It's been a while, and I will get back in the groove of things. Slowly, but surely. T sends $5 and says, I realize how old I am when I think old school D&W is Elio Ile, Shada mukbangs, and going back... to the brief Latoya stint. Ooh, that Latoya stint. I think I still have those videos. Maybe I'll make them live for members one day. T, you're an OG. You've been here for a while. Nick sends $10. These stupid Zios don't realize this argument is for a one-state solution, full citizenship and right of return for all Palestinians within Israel and abroad. Exactly. They're fucking stupid, bro. In every other country, everyone is now living together. It's only in Israel where they fucking segregated them into one fucking open-air prison, essentially called Gaza, and whatever is left of the West Bank, which they're taking more and more pieces every day. Maxime, thank you so much, Nick, for the generous donation. Maxime Allery sent gifted 5 Do Not Worry memberships. Thank you for the gifted, Maxime. That's so generous. That's so sweet of you. We love you so much. And Veronica with another 15 shekels. That's for the Office fans. The woman from the video reminds me of the time Jim was teaching Dwight how to speak to crowds using Mussolini body language. Damn, yeah, that's... I can't remember that episode, but I fucking love The Office. All-time classic. Veronica, thank you so much for the support. Back to... So this was an epic moment. Thinking they were smart, the BBC cut away from him, but this led to so much controversy. So, for example, exclusive State Department looks to revoke visa for British rappers who chanted death to the IDF. State Department official, so Marco Rubio, is saying the U.S. government will not issue visas to any foreigner who supports terrorists. Well, I mean, funny enough, even according to Ethan Klein, the IDF is a terrorist organization. So, you know, that's interesting. But the controversy doesn't end there. Police have officially launched an investigation into the comments made by Bob Vylan and Kneecap during their Glastonbury sets. The investigation will be evidence-led and will closely consider all appropriate legislation, including relating to hate crimes, the Avon and Somerset police said. To be honest with you, Honestly, what's fucking crazy is that any fucking IDF soldier that walks around in any other country should be fucking arrested for war crime, or at least investigated for war crimes. If you've been in the IDF and if you've served in Gaza, bro, before you even let into a fucking country, they need to fucking... That's someone whose social media should be fucking sweeped. Not a fucking Arab who's going to visit the States, or anyone who doesn't like Donald Trump gets a social media search at the fucking border. People need to know what the fuck Israelis are up to, and particularly if they served in the IDF before they walk into a country. You might be fucking having dinner at a restaurant next to a fucking baby murderer, bro. Who the fuck wants that? Who the fuck wants to be anywhere near an IDF soldier? Not this guy. So he's now under police investigation, which is also kind of insane. He's also been dropped by his talent agency. That's how fucking crazy it is. United Talent Agency have dropped Bob Vylan from their books following the group's Glastonbury set where they chanted death, death to the IDF. Now, look, I don't know how important it is to have a talent agency. Probably kind of important, but I mean, look, this dude is big enough at this point where he's going to make it on his own. But like, everyone's fucking jumping ship. They're doing to him what they did to our girl, Susan Sarandon. They're abandoning him, folks. He's become too much of a brand risk, even though all the young people fuck with Palestine. No one fucks with Israel. No one fucks with the IDF. So be fucking smart. The tide is turning. Be part of the change. You know what I mean? Embrace the change. Like, idiots, bro. And Walker sends $3 Canadian and says, you're legitimizing settler colonialism in the West. Who, me? How come? No, I mean, it's horrible. Settler colonialism is horrible in the West, but if they're comparing it to Israel right now, at the very least, in America, a Native American can now walk around and get a job and get health insurance. You know what I mean? Their lives have been shit. Their lands have been stolen. Everything has been stolen. They used to force them to live in shitty reservations. Like, I'm not fucking excusing any of that shit. But in most cases, they can walk around. You know what I mean? They can walk around their hometown, maybe. But thank you for the support, Walker. And I get what you're saying, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to... That would be a bad thing to do, trying to legitimize. And if that's what it sounded, I apologize. Mudmud sends £2 and says they're trying to class Palestine action as terror. Anything that's pro-Palestine is considered terror, especially in England. They're fucking crazy with that shit, bro. So, dropped by his talent agency, which is crazy. Azalea Banks. Who the fuck is Azalea Banks, by the way? Like a singer, right? This just shows how vulnerable and desperate the music industry is now, because the same people who invest in these invest 10 times that amount in sports, and an athlete would never be allowed to express this about anything without being fined $1 gazillion. So she's comparing that to athletes, and she wants them to be fined like athletes. Cool. Artists are desperate for airtime and notoriety. They will literally do or say anything. Fuck the IDF, fuck Israel is still bad, but death to the IDF is a threat and just a dark energy that doesn't belong at a music festival. I'm not sure what this person's motive is here. I think this person's motive is simple. He's sick of fucking seeing dead women and kids on his fucking social media feed. I think that's what he's sick of. You know what I mean? And she continues, that's really dangerous to be letting people shout death to the IDF at a music festival. Number one, that's overtly anti-Semitic. How is that anti-Semitic? Again, the IDF is a fucking military, a terrorist organization. And two, is you're going to allow that, then what's stopping you from allowing some white supremacist group to get up there and say, bomb Africa, kill N-words, oh shit, or kill trannies, or R-word kids. Jesus Christ. There's a difference. There's a pretty big difference, you know what I mean? Because the IDF, again, admittedly, we've seen what they've done. Azalea Banks, we know what they're up to. Don't be silly. Come on. That's a slippery slope, honey, and openly hateful. Sheesh, I was never able to shout, old and tired, LCD sound should retire, and get away with it. I mean, that's a silly argument to make, but anyways. But Bob Vylan put out this on his Instagram story, I believe. Let's read it. As I lay in bed this morning, my phone buzzing non-stop, inundated with messages of both support and hatred, I listened to my daughter typing out loud as she fills out a school survey, asking for her feedback on the current state of her school dinners. She expressed that she would like healthier meals, more options and dishes inspired by other parts of the world. Listening to her voice, her opinions on a matter that she cares about and affects her daily reminds me that we may not be doomed after all. Teaching our children to speak up for the change they want and need is the only way that we make this world a better place. As we grow older and our fire possibly starts to dim under the suffocation of adult life and all its responsibilities, it is incredibly important that we encourage and inspire future generations to pick up the torch that was passed to us. Let us display to them loudly and visibly the right thing to do when we want and need change. Let them see us marching in the streets, campaigning on ground level, organizing online and shouting about it on any and every stage that we are offered. Today it is a change in school dinners. Tomorrow it is a change in foreign policy. That's a fucking G statement right there, if I've ever read one. Is it Bob Vylan? Or is it Bob Vylan? Bob Vylan, like Bob Dylan. Oh, Dylan. Okay, so Vylan. Fuck it. I asked, I didn't understand. So Bob Vylan, folks. Our good man, Bob Vylan. So that's his first statement. But he had another statement. He shared this on Twitter. Not the first, not the last. Today, a good many people would have you believe a punk band is the number one threat to world peace. Last week, it was a Palestine pressure group. The week before that, it was another band. We are not for the death of Jews, Arabs, or any other race, or GRO, what? Or grow up of people. We are here. We are for the dismantling of a violent military machine, a machine whose own soldiers were told to use unnecessary lethal force against innocent civilians waiting for aid, a machine that has destroyed much of Gaza. We, like those in the spotlight before us, are not the story. We are a distraction from the story, and whatever sanctions we receive will be a distraction. The government doesn't want us to ask why they remain silent in the face of this atrocity, to ask why they aren't doing more to stop the killing, to feed the starving. The more time they talk about Bob Vylan, the less time they spend answering for their criminal inaction. We are being targeted for speaking up. We are not the first. We will not be the last. And if you care for the sanctity of human life and freedom of speech, we urge you to speak up too. Free Palestine. So, I mean, the dude has gone all in. Was I not showing you what I was reading? Fuck. Sorry, folks. This was it. This was it, folks. Bob Vylan. Nick sends $5 and says, would these folks consider death to the Russian soldiers as crossing that same line? I don't think so. Oh, they fucking hate Russians, bro. You can't. You know what I mean? If you touch Israel, you can say anything you want, okay? Literally, they're making beeper jokes every other fucking day. People making fun of my ass on Twitter, making a beeper joke. You got Zach using beeper sound. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's happened. It's happened. My mic is back. I think you guys can see me with the reflection. Let's see how long this battery lasts, folks. Will the stream survive? Rimas 93. Let's read some. You guys, let me know if you guys hear the buzzing. Rimas 93 sends £5 and says, everyone on this godforsaken isle, Britain, thinks Bobby and Kneecap are based as hell, and our government sucks. Free Palestine. Thank you so much. That's kind of funny. The battery worked, folks. Stream survived. We made it. We made it. The keyboard stays lit. It does stay lit. It's always lit. It's called what the fuck is it called? Let me turn on my light. My keyboard is called the Red Dragon Elf Pro. Red Dragon Elf Pro. It's very nice. It's a very nice keyboard, folks. It's a very nice keyboard. Let's continue. Ethan Klein actually doesn't like Bob Vylan. Here's what he had to say. He shared this on Instagram. Enemy of Ethan Klein. And in front of the show, Taylor Lorenz was on Piers Morgan, which we're going to watch. We're going to watch that Piers Morgan segment talking about this. But Ethan basically is sharing, Taylor Lorenz is a total hack. This is her trademark move. Act obtuse when people accurately describe her views and or outright lie and strawman your position to make it seem indefensible. And he's sharing this video where she says they mean death to an army. Like, what can't they... Like, when they chant death to America, they mean death to imperialism. He's basically saying that what Taylor is saying is dumb, and he's in the anti-Bob Vylan camp at this point. But weirdly enough, old friend of H3, folks, and guest on the H3 podcast, Mark Rebier, an old friend of the show. What does Mark Rebier, Loop Daddy, have to say about Israel and the IDF? I'm kind of curious about that. Mark, what do you have to say about that?
Fuck Netanyahu! Fuck the IDF!
There we go. Okay, because I mean, Eli and Ethan would agree with fuck Netanyahu. They'd be like, yeah, we hate Netanyahu as well. Of course, we don't like Netanyahu, but fuck the IDF. How about that, yo?
Free, free! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Fuck Netanyahu! Fuck the IDF! Free, free! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free!
So, if you already didn't love, if there aren't a million reasons to love Marc Rebillet, this is an additional reason. Now, I do hope that, because I do think it is kind of becoming a thing. Like, I like that artists are now feeling more courageous and willing to speak up, okay? The more there's strength in numbers, the more people that speak out against Israel, the more artists that stand up and do it together, it encourages other people to do it. I just hope that they're sincerely doing it because they want to, and not because they're seeing all these other artists getting all this love and attention for saying fuck the IDF and free Palestine. They're like, hey, let's hop on this trend. But I would never accuse Marc Rebillet of not being authentic. If he is anything, he is one of the most authentic entertainers out there. So we fucking love Marc Rebillet. Welcome to the family, Marc. We love you. It's the first time I see him so openly supporting Palestine. So it was a very nice surprise for me to see. And knowing that he was on the H3 podcast and knowing how much they used to like him makes it all the sweeter. Mwah. Lovely. Let us try to watch. Are you guys interested in checking out the Piers Morgan conversation about this, because I think it would be an interesting watch. Let me open that up real quick. Let's do an old school react together, folks, on this with this new setup. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the setup. Check it out again, brand new PC. Check out this beautiful puppy. Check out this puppy. Okay, let me fix that volume. Boom.
Death to Israelis. They said death to the IDF again.
Who are Israelis?
When people say death to America, they mean death to American imperialism.
Well, Israelis, yeah, we know the IDF. Okay.
Well,
No, they don't. I mean, death to Americans.
That's a very generous.
As the Supreme
Only apply to people who go to music festivals. Joining me to debate all this. and a
Is
lot
the
more,
audio okay, folks? Let's change this playback speed to 1.25.
Israeli author and influencer Hen Mazik, a British Prime Minister, as appalling hate speech.
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Alright, but have you heard this one though? Death, death to the IDF!
Oops, sorry.
Death, death to the IDF! 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 Hell yeah,
Whoops.
from the river to the sea, Palestine must be, will be, inshallah, it will be free.
Well, critics of the furore say it's free speech, but free speech can still have consequences. Bob Vylan were dropped by their agents today. The United States has revoked their visas.
Vylan.
They're also now facing a criminal investigation, which in my view is probably a step too far. But the free speech defense seems to be at odds with another Brit who made global headlines, Lucy Connolly, who's currently serving a 31-month jail term for incendiary social media posts, which she deleted within a few.
Is it too loud? Is the audio okay? I'm gonna raise the volume on my TV because I can't hear it very well.
hours. And does free speech only apply to people who go to music festivals? Joining me to debate all this and a lot more, the Israeli author and influencer Hen Mazik, a comedian James Barr, commentator Esther Krakow, and from the United States, Taylor Lorenz, the founder of the User Mag news.
Hell yeah, Taylor. Are we going to talk about? I mean, if this doesn't take too long, and if we get to talk about Ethan Klein a little bit later, we will get to talk about some of the Taylor Lorenz controversies that have been happening.
Letter and culture commentator Farah Khalidi. Welcome to all of you. Taylor, let me start with you because you reposted somebody who said this: if you think death to the IDF is a bad thing to say or chant, you don't get to describe yourself as anti-fascist going forward. Why did you repost that?
Yeah, I repost tons of commentary on news events, basically. So I was sort of resharing, which is something that I do a lot on my main page. I kind of just reshare a lot of discourse.
Taylor Lorenz, folks, I mean, I consider her a friend of the show. She follows me on Twitter. You know what I mean? I mean, she follows like a couple thousand people, but like, I mean, hey, if I got on her radar, Taylor Lorenz, we salute you, friend of the show. Much respect. And again, she's an Ethan Klein target now, folks, which, you know, we might get to that a little bit later.
I think one thing that's being really lost in all of these conversations is that the Israeli military is committing genocide. And so I completely understand why, people are upset about anyone sort of calling for death. But it's important to recognize that the reason that they're calling for death to this sort of amorphous military entity is because that military entity is currently slaughtering babies and committing genocide in Gaza. And so these people that are very outraged that thousands of music goers at Glastonbury would repeat that phrase.
Bro, she's streaming from Lebanon. Taylor, what's that connection? What's up with this? It looks like she's streaming from my living room. Taylor, what's happening?
I think that they should recognize that if they want to stop people from amplifying those messages and stop people from feeling, that we should destroy the IDF, they should advocate for the end of the genocide.
And in the Iraq War, for example, in 2003, if they chanted death to the British Army and the US military,
People were. First
no,
of all,
if
people
thousands of people had.
Oops, sorry, what's happening? Sorry, I'm getting a message that the fuzziness, there's something wrong with the audio. Can you tell Anthony that the fans seem to be positioned incorrectly? They're supposed to get air in the case not push it out. All fans are pushing air out now. Or the computer. I didn't build the case, folks. If you're talking about the case, then that's a problem. But a mic comment. Mic sounds better when it's a bit further from your mouth. Okay, deal. I'll move the mic further away from my mouth. Sorry, folks. Sorry, I just saw these. Y'all have been complaining for a while. Here, does this sound better? Hopefully this sounds better. We're learning, folks. We're learning. All right, back to the reaction.
Done that at a music festival, you'd have thought that was acceptable too?
Well, I never said anything was acceptable, but if you remember, Piers, during the Iraq War, people were chanting "Death to America," right? I'm smart enough to understand.
No, I'm talking about specifically talking about death to soldiers. Right?
I think it's not fuzzy. What's happening is I added, so there's normally, just before we continue this, there's normally like a buzz. I noticed like a hiss when you go back and watch a lot of our old live streams. There's always a hiss in the background. I found a way to get rid of the hiss, but the hiss pops back up when I speak. So if I stay quiet, you're not gonna hear anything. But as soon as I speak, you're gonna hear my voice mixed with that hiss. But when I don't speak, like the software is like muting out that hiss from the background. But now when I speak, it's clearer because there's like, you know what I mean? I think that's what's happening. It is mixing the hiss with my voice. So it's a little bit weird. I'm not very good at fixing audio settings, but I need to work on them. But at least I was able to get rid of the hiss when it's completely silent. Like normally when I don't speak like that, there's like kind of an annoying hiss in the back, but I was able to get rid of that shit today, folks, on my own. But I still kind of fucked up the audio. I'm not gonna lie. Guys, I'm horrible at this, okay? I'm 34. I'm learning how to use a fucking PC right now. I've been using a Mac for years. Give me a break.
You know, I've got a lot of military in my family. The idea. Well, hang on. The idea to me that you target in the way that this rapper did the military who are doing the dirty work for their government. That you say death to all of them. When actually they're being instructed by their government to do what they're doing, is my point.
Yo, death to the government too, bro. I'm sorry. Death to the IDF and death to the Israeli government. No offense, folks. For anyone who's watching, if someone is watching from YouTube, I live in Lebanon. I have been bombed by the IDF and the Israeli government, folks. I have been, my people have been a direct target of the Israelis over and over again for many decades. So please understand me when I fucking say things like that. It is because I have been a victim and I've had it easy compared to other people. So please just keep that in mind. Anyone watching.
Well, right, exactly. So we should end the genocide. And yes, people are going to, if a military entity is committing a genocide, yes, they want death to that military entity. Again, that military entity is currently slaughtering innocent babies. We found out Haaretz reported just last week that they were
They weren't talking about an entity. They were talking about the soldiers. They wanted death to the IDF soldiers.
No, they didn't say death to the IDF soldiers. They said death to the IDF. Again, the IDF is a military entity. If people would like the public to change their sentiments around the IDF, they should advocate.
What do you think the IDF is?
It's a military.
Yeah, when someone says death to the IDF, I mean, they're not specifically meaning like death to this one specific soldier, like death to the IDF, like death to the system. You know what I mean? Death to whatever, capitalism or whatever the fuck. I mean, death to the IDF. The IDF represents a system. It represents a murdering machine, a murder machine. Okay, so I mean, if you want to say death to the IDF as an individual soldiers, that's on you. But when I hear death to the IDF, it means death to the institution, to the IDF as a concept, as an idea of how it currently functions. It's when people say Israel shouldn't exist. It's not. It doesn't mean Israel should fucking blow up or explode. It means Israel shouldn't exist the way it currently does, in the form that it does, as a apartheid ethno-state. That's what we mean. So death to the IDF doesn't literally mean let's go gun down every IDF soldier, even though there would be an argument to be made for that in some cases. I'm sorry. What we've seen coming out of Gaza, you don't stop expecting any sympathy for the IDF or Israelis in general, bro. Like, you can't anymore. I'm sorry. You can't expect people to feel bad for people that are committing a genocide. Like, khalas, what is wrong with you? Piers had like a week and a half where he's like, you know what? What's happening in Gaza is wrong. It's a genocide. He's fucking khalas. He got a little spanking, and he's back to sucking the teat.
Organization. Again, if people want that, people are very angry at right now because this military organization is currently slaughtering children and committing genocide. So anybody that wants a more positive sentiment towards the IDF should encourage the IDF to stop killing innocent
All right, so
civilians.
before I go to Hen, just to be clear, do you think he had a right to do what he did, and should there be any punishment in the way he's been dropped by his agents? He's been dropped from his visa application and so on. Do you think he was entitled to do what he did?
Well, I mean, listen, Piers, you know, I'm a huge supporter of free speech. I think it's terrifying.
Of course he's entitled to do what he did, bro. It's his stage. He's got however long you get on the Glastonbury stage. How long is his set? You get, sir, it's you about to come out. It's your turn to come out to Glastonbury. The fans have been waiting here all day. Okay, you got 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You can use that time anywhere you like. If he wants to share a political message, if he wants to share an environmental message, if he wants to share a social message, it is up to him, bro. Okay? He got the world's fucking attention, okay? And he gave everyone a badass fucking new chant. I'm sorry. It was the first time I ever fucking heard it. And I'm fucking with it.
Even when people talk about killing people.
Well, he said death to a military entity. But what I would say is the criminalization of speech that we've seen in the UK is very concerning to me. Just the way that I feel like criminalization of speech, even speech that I don't agree with in the US, is also concerning to me. I don't think arrested or charged with these sort of speech crimes.
All right, but let's go to Hen. Hen, Mazi, your response to that?
Yeah, I think she's consistent because I remember her, Taylor, posting once that...
And Mazi, so if I'm not mistaken, this dude is like a uber Zionist, and he's wearing like the yellow ribbon that means free the hostages. It's like, hey, our hearts and minds, folks, always with the hostages over in Gaza. Hostages over everyone, folks, over the hundreds of thousands of people that have been slaughtered in Gaza, including the hostages that have been slaughtered by the IDF. Free the hostages, folks. Free the hostages, as always, the hostages. Okay, I'm guessing this is a uber Zionist.
I think that 9/11 happened in a vacuum. I think that's the sort of approach that she has to all of it. But personally, I think that those people, and every Jew I know felt the same way, that the
what did he say about 9/11?
And then young people in America don't think that 9/11 happened in a vacuum. I think that's the sort.
Well, 9/11 didn't happen in a vacuum. I'm sorry, bro. 9/11 sucked. Didn't happen in a vacuum. Nothing happens in a vacuum, bro. It's not how life works.
But let's go to Hen. Hen, Mazi, your response to that?
Yeah, I think she's consistent because I remember her, Taylor, posting once that young people in America don't think that 9/11 happened in a vacuum. I think that's the sort of approach that she has to all of it. But personally, I think that those people, and every Jew I know felt the same way, that the Glastonbury fans were calling for the death of Israeli soldiers. What we hear when we hear death to the IDF is that the only line of defense between Jews and another Holocaust should be eradicated. And we know that it's fact because
the only line between Jews and another Holocaust is the IDF. Bro, the IDF is the only reason you're even risking... Bro, the IDF and your fucking horrible government is the only reason that Jews are at risk. You know what I mean? If Netanyahu wasn't a fucking psycho starting wars with Iran, there would be no rockets hitting Israel right now. Okay? Not right now. Last week. You know what I mean? Like, it is because of the violence of the IDF, their inability to keep their fucking dicks in their fucking pants, bro, that they keep getting Jews killed. They keep putting your lives at risk because they mistreat Palestinians and treat them like fucking shit and put them in an open-air prison and steal their land and kill them decade after decade. October 7th happens. You know what I mean? Killing a record number of Jews. Whose fault is that? It's your government. It's the IDF. Why did Tel Aviv get fucking hit by a whole bunch of fucking rockets? It's the IDF's fault. It's your government's fault, bro. No one feels fucking bad for you anymore. Forget it. Forget it. Ain't no sympathy, man. No one gives a shit.
On October 7th, when the IDF wasn't prepared to what happened in Gaza, we saw the results. And thank God they came on time to stop it from happening all over. By the way, did anyone ever chanted death to Hamas in those festivals? Why is it even happening? It was truly disgusting to see.
No one's going to chant death to Hamas because Hamas is fucking... They can be kind of based when they're doing their resistance stuff, man, when they're resisting. Who the fuck is going to side with the Nazis versus the resistance? Fuck you, dumb fucking idiot, bro. Like, khalas. Enough stupidity. And Marina Nimes, folks, has just gifted one Do Not Worry membership. Thank you so much, Marina. One of our greatest and most loyal supporters. We love you so much.
So many of us. And I mean, I think that all of those artists that are using this conflict and this war to become famous, I never heard about Vylan. I don't know if you did before, or even Kneecap. I just heard about them in this context, never heard about them before. But I think artists are using it to become relevant again, even though they're not. And I think it's really troubling. And it's even more troubling that governments are allowing support of terrorism in this way.
Yeah, James, I mean,
Supporting terrorism. How is it, dude? If you just say death, he didn't. It's not like he said "Long live Hamas." He said death to the IDF. How's that supporting terrorism? Bad things can happen to the IDF in many ways. You know what I mean? Doesn't have to be through any kind of attack or violence. It could be a natural disaster. Weren't there fires in Israel recently? Didn't those fires maybe take out some IDF soldiers? That's one way to do it. You know what I mean? God intervening. And I'm not even religious, but I have asked the gods to intervene and take care of Netanyahu and some of these people before. So
Glastonbury had the brass neck to put out a statement saying we would never platform anyone who's anti-Semitic. It's like you literally platformed Kneecap, who were on stage 2 years ago chanting their support and leading their fans to chant support for Hamas and Hezbollah. Hard to imagine anything more anti-Semitic than that. They also said, infamously, that you should...
Anti-Semitic, again, Piers Morgan, what a fucking like bitch Piers Morgan is, bro. No integrity. Isn't that right, computer? What do you have to say, you beautiful fucking thing? So people are telling me that the fans should be at the bottom. Listen, guys, I don't know. This is how the people at Ayub Computers built this thing. I could get more fans at the bottom, but I guess there's going to be too many fans. Should be good. I mean, it's not overheating so far. It's cool. It's nice and cool in there. Got some nice airflow. You know what I'm saying?
You go and kill your local MP in a country where 2 MPs have been murdered by deranged people. So, I didn't understand why Kneecap were performing at Glastonbury, given that the BBC was screening all this. But then for the BBC to actually allow this to go out, when they had a way of stopping it, it seems to me, given all the furore that's raged about anti-Semitism and the BBC not doing enough to...
Well, the BBC are fucking idiots. They were cutting away from Kneecap to show something else, and they accidentally cut to Bob Vylan, who's like, all right, let's fucking take this up another level, shall we? Deaf to the IDF. And it honestly sounds like he's saying deaf. Like, it makes it sound like deaf to the IDF. Sounds like it rhymes even better that way.
Counter it's on a quite extraordinary
It's
mistake.
good to be back, folks. I'm starting to get the mojo back, okay? Not streaming for 6 days, dealing with this whole work thing, restarting the setup from scratch. This has all been very stressful. I've been under a lot of stress and anxiety. I'm starting to feel my old self coming back. So thank you guys for being here. It really means a lot. I've missed y'all. And I mean, hey, this computer, I got this for you. I got this whole setup is all for you people. Maxime Alari just gifted 10 Do Not Worry memberships. Thank you so much to Maxime. W's in the chat for Maxime. Thank you so much for the generosity. I am going to have to do an exclusive live stream for you guys as soon as I can, I promise. I have one of my best friends is visiting from the States. He's leaving on Friday. I'm going to have to hang out with him a couple of times. Starting next week, I'm going to be on fucking fire, bro, with these fucking live streams. It's going to be fucking crazy.
By that.
I mean, honestly, I'm a bit dyslexic, so when I heard that Bob Dylan was saying these things, I was very confused. I was like, why is Robert Zimmerman coming for the kibbutz?
It's not Bob Dylan.
Clearly not. It's a bit too far, isn't it? I mean, whatever side you're on here, and hopefully you're on the side of humanity not being killed, it's a bit far. I also think it's interesting that it happened at a music festival. That's quite raw, considering October 7th happened at a music festival. But again...
I'm not Jewish, but if I was Jewish, living in the United Kingdom, there aren't that many Jews.
Isn't this guy who Hassan yelled at, like, who the fuck are you? Isn't that the guy who was like, who the fuck are you supposed to be? Wait, I gotta double check, bro. I gotta see if that was it, bro. Who the fuck are you? Yep, it is the guy. Bro, that was so fucking funny. I mean, this is the Majority Report clip. Let's.
Hey, Sam's back. Damien, Sam's back from Disneyland. Were you guys saving Hassan on Piers Morgan for Sam? It's a pretty great example.
It's him. He's back. Oh my God.
Here, James.
If anyone is using hostages, surely it's Hamas, Hassan. How can you say that? How can you use that argument? That's a crazy thing to say. It's Hamas
What do you mean, how can I use
have
that
taken
argument?
these
There are
people from their homes,
tens of thousands of people in
murdered their
Israel.
relatives.
There are currently tens of thousands of Israeli citizens right now in the protest.
Look at the fake look of concern on his face. That fake look of, how dare you? How dare you? That look of disappointment. Like, oh, you disgust me, Hassan. I fucking recognize that dude. I recognize you.
Right now in the streets of Israel, in the streets of Tel Aviv, outside of Benjamin Netanyahu's house, protesting every single day. What are they protesting? They're protesting for Benjamin Netanyahu to facilitate a ceasefire with Hamas so that they can actually bring the hostages home. That is precisely the number one goal of the family members of the hostages.
Who is using the hostages?
Anyone on this panel was being even a little bit honest, they would
Who's using the hostages, dude? Oh, I love when Hassan does.
recognize
You're not
the reality
listening to my
that.
question.
Listen, just listen.
You didn't listen to my question.
Listen to what I'm saying, and you will understand perhaps what I'm trying to
That's
imply
very
here.
patronizing.
Utilizing the hostages. Yeah, I am being patronizing. I don't know who the fuck you are, and you're over here chirping all the way from fucking London about Palestine and doing a both sides are fucking fine type bullshit where you're talking about how you want to fucking free Palestine, but also simultaneously, both sides got a lot going on. Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything, okay? I don't give a shit about what your perspective is.
I agree.
Hassan doesn't like what you have.
I don't know who the fuck you are. That's gotta fucking sting. You know what I mean? That's always one of the best fucking things to tell someone. So back to, let's see what he has to say now.
Who's in England? He's 300,000 maybe.
After all this time, I'm sure he's grown. I'm sure his views have gotten more nuanced. He's learned about the situation. You know what I mean? He has educated himself. I'm sure he's come on the right side of history. He's going to defend Bob Vylan and his right to express himself on the Glastonbury stage.
I would have felt very unnerved watching an English music crowd, thousands of them chanting death to, fellow Jews. Now, you might try and distinguish it with IDF, but we all know what he meant. He was saying, go and kill Israeli soldiers. Right now, and I would say...
But again, he's making the connection to go kill fellow Jews. Bro, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I wish Israel was a Christian country that was doing, that had an ethno-state where they were, and like if you weren't Christian or if you weren't like, white Christian or something, and if you're Muslim, you're gonna live in Gaza. You know what I mean? Well, maybe we'll accept the Christian Palestinians. Like, I wish it was a Christian ethno-state so that I could fucking criticize it more openly without being fucking accused of anti-Semitism every fucking day. Bro, it doesn't matter if the IDF is a Christian army, a Jewish army, a Muslim army. What the IDF is doing is genocide. What the IDF is a shitty terrorist fucking organization, bro. It doesn't fucking matter. I wish Israel was a fucking Christian country so that we can fucking talk about that shit fucking openly, freely, without being accused every fucking day, bro. Enough.
The Ukraine war, I feel that Vladimir Putin waged an illegal invasion of a sovereign democratic country and it's completely outrageous. But I don't wish death on Russian soldiers who are doing his dirty work. I think you've got to be like I did when I opposed the Iraq war. I didn't blame the UK troops. I blame the government that sent them. They do what they're told.
Look, I'm not a leading expert on this. In fact, I think Ken actually posted.
Yeah, we know you're not a leading expert. You've made that clear before, friend.
Over the weekend, saying he was sat next to a hairdresser. That was me on this panel, which is rude to hairdressers because I actually think they're very intelligent.
I thought your hair was gorgeous.
Thank you so much,
that's all I
babes.
remember.
The worst thing about you is I've had to see your massive head on billboards all through London because of your apparently increasingly successful radio show, which I was completely unaware of. So that was a horrific sight. Coming over I was coming up into London, and suddenly one of my sons went, "Dad, isn't that James Barr?" Like, whoa!
Before breakfast.
You loved it.
James gurney.
This isn't
Then he
about
crashed
me.
my car. Anyway, to more serious matters. I mean, do you condemn it? Do you think it was wrong that he did this?
That he started a chant. Yeah. Well, it's inciting violence, isn't it? What I think is.
Do you condemn him? Do you condemn Bob Vylan? I mean, at least he's asking a white guy if he condemns him. You know what I mean? He's not asking a Palestinian dude. Do you condemn this artist that you have no relation to saying death to the IDF on the Glastonbury stage? Now, we got James getting the hard questions.
What's interesting is that you are always very pro freedom of speech, but as soon as it is...
Until they incite violence.
It's a good learning opportunity. Like, hate speech is different to freedom of speech, and there should be accountability.
Well, actually, I mean, it's criminalised. In America, you can't incite violence.
Yeah.
I
think that line has never been crossed. They've never said free speech.
I don't think it's a difficult moral line, honestly.
It's not. How is this inciting violence? It's not saying go kill people in the IDF. It's saying death to the IDF, death to the concept, death to an institution. That means you need to outlaw saying death to anything at that point. But like, hey, isn't life more fun when you can say death to something? Why are you robbing the world of that fucking, pretty expressive phrase?
I think the free speech line, when they try and use that as defense for actually encouraging violence, when Kneecap said, go and kill your local MP, knowing that two local...
Ellen has just become a do not warrior. Thank you for becoming a member, Ellen. We love you so much. Welcome to the family. We love you. Thank you for the support.
MPs have been killed,
Yeah.
right? That, I'm afraid, that's not a free speech issue. That is an incitement to murder,
And
right?
also
And
context
similarly,
matters.
when you get this idiot up there on stage, knowing exactly what he's doing, and he probably in cahoots with Kneecap, I don't know, but it looked to me like they'd encouraged people to go there early, so they caught this guy. Kneecap were not going to be put on BBC. This other guy was. It looked to me like there was probably a conversation. And then he just brazenly says, death to the IDF. Shocking to me.
Well, I'm not one for roadman geopolitics, which he seems to subscribe to. But also with the whole incitement to violence, context matters. So John Stuart Mill said, you know, if you say kill a corn dealer outside of a corn dealer's house, that's different to shouting that in the middle of Trafalgar Square. Now, I don't think Hamas are waiting for the opinion of people that go to Glastonbury and pay £400 to be in smelly toilets and tents to actually, you know, incite violence against the IDF. But it is unsightly. The big scandal here is obviously the BBC. There is no reason why they shouldn't have had some sort of playback or something.
So it's basically a 3v1. Like looking at the panel, everyone here agrees that what Bob Vylan said is horrible, and it's only Taylor Lorenz that's like out there defending his right to free speech.
That slowed down the street.
Especially all the trouble they've had with Gary Lineker and everything.
But Glastonbury is infamous for this. We saw Stormzy a few years ago, you know, shouting F Boris Johnson and encouraging the crowd to do that. We know the kinds of people that go to Glastonbury, and we know the kinds
and
of
a cursory look at
people
this
engage
rapper's
in.
background and the stuff. He talked about killing the Queen, right?
I mean,
he's on the record of saying the most despicable things. Why is he?
He talked about killing the Queen. What an outrage! Look, I'm sorry. I don't know. We don't have a queen here in Lebanon. I don't have that relationship with my queen or with any like politician. Like, to me, the Queen is like kind of a funny meme, you know what I mean? Like, and it's kind of funny how offended British people get when you talk about like anything about the Queen or anything happening to the Queen. So the fact that Piers is like grasping at pills, he's rapped about killing the Queen. Oh, like Piers, come on, bro. Fucking kidding me, bro. Get a grip, man. Nut up.
Been given a platform.
I don't mind that. There are all sorts of cranks that get given a platform. Greta Thunberg, who hasn't done anything useful with her life, got on a fishing boat to Gaza. I mean, it doesn't bother me that random people do stupid things. It's the fact that the BBC, which actually has a responsibility to not air.
Mac Lopez with a generous $10 super chat says, I was unemployed and thought I wouldn't be able to work in my field, and right now I'm employed, happy and proud of my work. Antonio, you will get through this. We've got you. We love you. And the crew. Well, Mac, that's such a sweet message. I love you so much. And I know, man, again, the only reason I'm able to not really panic a lot now that I'm unemployed, and that I got screwed out of a final salary, which makes it even like I would have been less stressed if I had at least had all the money that I was planning on having to face unemployment and prepare for the future. But the fact that I have this YouTube channel, the fact that I have you guys is the only thing keeping me from panicking the fuck out right now. You know what I mean? You guys are keeping me sane. You guys are giving me hope. So fingers crossed. And I really can't do it without you guys, man. So thank you so much, Mac.
Hatred failed spectacularly at this. They didn't even see it coming, which is shocking.
Taylor, let me bring Taylor back here. Do you agree that free speech does not come without accountability? Otherwise, you can say what you want to say, and he did, and he got what he wanted, a blaze of publicity, a blaze of headlines. But now he's feeling the icy chill of accountability dropped by his agency, United Talent Agency, had his visa revoked and so on, which will affect the tour that he was planning to do, or that they were as a group. I mean, do you think that that is appropriate punishment if you incite violence?
I think what Hen said about how, you know, artists are doing this for publicity, I just...
Oh, Robibi in the chat says, who's been a member for 3 months. Thank you so much, Robibi. He says, Brit here, abolish the monarchy, dismantle the British Empire. Let's fucking go. W's in the chat for Robibi. Let's fucking go.
disagree with that because it's not beneficial to their careers. I mean,
well, it can be. Kneecap have seen massive ticket sales despite being banned from various places. In fact, when you get banned, it tends to have the opposite effect, which is probably what will happen with these guys.
I think losing out the way that musicians make money is primarily through touring, especially if you're a small musician. And if you suddenly can't tour and you're shut out of the largest...
That's true. Record sales have fucking tanked. No one's paying 99 cents for a song on iTunes anymore. Is that even a thing? But yeah, touring is essentially the only way artists can make money. Touring and selling their merch on tour. The industry has changed like a fuckload, so he's right.
Market in the West, which is America, I do think that will have a significant impact, on his career. I just want to say again that we need to keep the focus on the genocide. I mean, we had hundreds of Israelis chanting "death to Arabs," right? Which
Chris Perez says, "Damn, you're unemployed now. Welcome to the club, brother. You'll be okay." Well, Chris, it seems like Chris is also unemployed. Chris, I'm happy to be if the club involves good people like you guys, I'm happy to be a part of it. Hey, look. It's more time to play some video games, more time to enjoy the summer as I try to plan the future while I do some streaming on the side, folks. So hopefully you guys will come with me on this adventure. I downloaded Steam today. Haven't made an account yet, but I downloaded Steam. Gonna try to download a couple of fun games and you know, some. I want to try some like fun weird shit that you can only play on Steam. I already have a PlayStation 5, so for like all these sorts of big single player games, I'm gonna try to do those as well. But for now, we're gonna do some weird shit on Steam, folks. Ellen sends $5 and says, I don't really have anything to add to the conversation except here. Take my money. Well, Ellen, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. That's very generous. I hope you're enjoying the show at least. I hope this is because you're enjoying the show. Let's keep going.
It's completely shocking. Just, you know,
condemned by everyone.
Well, I certainly didn't see a lot of the people that are freaking out about Bob Vylan speaking in the same way.
You should follow me because you would see the post that I made calling this out, as well as the Israeli government itself that has issued condemnation of it.
Okay, well, that's good to hear that they did that. Now, what they should do next is stop the genocide. Again, if people want the public and these artists to have more positive sentiment towards the Israeli military forces, then
I don't think anyone wants positive sentiment. I don't know why you twist it around. We're saying we don't want anyone to call for the death of anyone. I mean,
Okay,
if you are advocating against genocide and you don't want people to be killed, how can you turn around and say at the same breath that you think chanting for death should be contextualized somehow?
I mean, look, chanting, bro, if you're chanting for the death of killers, it's not that bad, okay? When you're chanting for the death of Nazis after they fucking holocausted Jewish people, it's not that bad. People understand it, okay? The IDF at this point is the equivalent to the fucking Nazis, bro. I'm sorry. They're literally killing babies. I would rather an IDF soldier lose his life than a fucking Palestinian baby. Is that so fucking controversial to say? Is that so fucking wild to say? I would rather a fucking IDF soldier that something happened to them rather than a Palestinian man, woman, or child. That is my opinion, bro. So fuck you.
Well, yeah, because again, if an army is committing genocide and slaughtering babies and creating the highest rate of child amputees in the world, and if that is what they have done for months and years now, and then the public is rightfully outraged about that
calling
genocide.
For their death. That's the issue. It's not.
Calling for the death of a military entity that is currently committing genocide.
Taylor, you can't keep saying that.
It's a compulsory army.
You don't even believe that when you're saying it.
Yeah.
If they say death to the British.
Haley D says, me too, unemployed right now, but I know that the next thing I do, I will constantly be thinking I'll be fired. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's honestly the first time I've ever let go of anything, by the way. Like, I've never been let go of something in my life. Or like, you know, I've always quit my jobs with pride. And I mean, technically I wasn't fired. This was circumstances that were out of our hands. Like the whole company was essentially let go. So that's what kind of happened. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of, it's strange. Actually, it's the second time. Once I was working at a company that, like, once COVID hit, they also, like, closed down the entire company. It was ITV. They closed down the Middle Eastern ITV office. ITV is, like, a major, like, British broadcasting network. Melting Around just gifted one membership and also became a member. Thank you so much, Melting Around. I appreciate you. Now, we're going to watch a little bit more of this, and then we're going to switch to Ethan Klein continuing to threaten Kaceytron, Seandablack, and Taylor Lorenz and stuff like that. We're going to get to that in just a second. Let's just see if this is going anywhere else.
Army. No one's taking that as meaning the institution, but taking it as meaning British soldiers.
When people say death to America, they mean death to American imperialism that is subjugated.
No, they don't. They mean death to Americans.
That's a very generous.
As the supreme leader of Iran, what they mean.
I don't think you even believe this as you're saying it, Taylor, do you?
Again, this is they didn't say death to Israelis. They said death to the IDF. Again,
who are Israelis.
So this is the clip that Ethan Klein shared. Okay, that's funny.
Genocide.
It's a compulsory service. We have to join the army in Israel.
You can choose to not join the army, of course.
Of course, and go to prison.
Between participating in a genocide.
Yeah, maybe go to prison instead of fucking shooting kids. You have to join the army and military. You have to join the military. Yeah, then fuck you, bro. It's a shit fucking country.
And slaughtering innocent babies and consciously objecting.
Yeah, but my point, look, Taylor, my point would be, I have a lot of criticism of what the Israeli government is doing in Gaza right now. I think it's gone way beyond self-defense. I've said this publicly. I'm getting hammered.
Look, if you guys will watch me play Stardew Valley, if there's an audience for it, I will fucking play Stardew Valley, okay? If there's an audience for it, if people will watch, I will play. Why the fuck not? Let's fucking go. Stardew Valley, folks. We need ideas. I'm unemployed. I got nothing to do. I'll play fucking Stardew Valley all day. Chuan.
For it by a lot of the more extreme people on the pro-Israeli side, which is fine. I don't care. I got hammered by the extreme pro-Palestinians earlier in this war. It doesn't matter. I try and be intellectually honest. You know, and in this case, I can quite easily be critical of what Netanyahu's doing in Gaza and say it's gone way too far and it has to stop. And at the same time, recognize that having a rapper on a stage at an English music festival chanting death to the IDF is also disgusting and should also be condemned outright by everybody. And if people can't condemn it, and all due respect, if you try and twist it into...
People are saying we will watch. I didn't know know Stardew Valley was that popular. Me Out says I hate that game.
Just talking about the institution, not about individual IDF soldiers. Come off it.
But also individual IDF soldiers.
Folks, I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I'm going to cut to the computer, to the beautiful box, and let me just start setting up some of the Ethan Klein stuff. Let's talk about Ethan Klein, shall we?
من لعبة عرف الغشاش نحط الكلمة كلمة على كلمة تخزق دانا كانها رشاش ونجمع كلمة كلمة على كلمة الكلمة قوية زيها زي الهمة تطلع فوق لفوق على القمة وبس مشكلتي انها بتهمني مشكلتي اني بنساش فاهم اللعبة عرف الغشاش نحط الكلمة كلمة على كلمة تخزق دانا كانها رشاش وبس مشكلتك اني بنساش فاهم اللعبة خيالي مش فاهم حالي بس عارف مين البسواش صب لي في كاسة سمي حسدوك ودمي ما توقف عمي ضل صب احنا بنقرا وانت اكتب لا اغنية حزن ولا اغنية حب اغنية ثورة سمع الحضارة خلي الحضارة تنصت تسمع ناس عيونها خربت ذبلة ناس عيونها لسه بتلمع تلف ودور تشوف بعينك بتشوف كلمة كلمة بتسمع واسمع لي صوت الصمت هات محلاه ثم كلمة تخزق جسمك ثم كلمة تخزق جسمك اللي كلمة كل كم بدك علقنا عمي لا ما منعلك من ليك المخرج قد ما نعيدلك من ليك المخرج لو بمتاها نخطب للناس من دون جاها مش بس دقيقة بنقعد ساعة اللي كلمة مش تنساها وانا جمع كلمة على كلمة الكلمة قوية زيها زي الهمة تطلع فوق لفوق على القمة وبس مشكلتي انها بتهمني مشكلتي اني بنساش فاهم اللعبة عارف الغشاش نحط الكلمة كلمة على كلمة تخزق دانا كانها رشاش وانا جمع كلمة على كلمة الكلمة قوية زيها زي الهمة تطلع فوق لفوق على القمة وبس مشكلتي انها بتهمني
Mateus Valesk says the movie episodes have been my favorites. We're coming back. There's going to be a movie episode this week. So this week, I'm still going to go on a break for a second. This week, we're doing 2 live streams with the crew. We're doing a national anthem tier list. You guys asked for it. We've been listening to the Iranian national anthem a whole bunch. We listened to the Mexican one by mistake. By mistake! I would never listen to the Mexican anthem on purpose. We're going to be doing a national anthem tier list. Join us. A lot of you guys are watching us from all over the world. Let us fucking see how our national anthems rank. That is going to be most likely on Thursday. So Thursday, national anthem tier list. We're going to try to jam in as many national anthems as we can. Make it a long fucking stream. And Friday night, most likely Friday night, we're going to be doing the movie news stream. So far, we're not going to be no tier list, no Zionist tier list. It's just going to be breaking down some movie news. Hopefully reviewing some movies. I might be watching F1 tomorrow, so maybe I'll give you guys an F1 review. I'll try to watch 28 Years Later if I can. Stuff like that. Some fun stuff. Anyways, I'm going to take a 1-minute break, folks.
قلت اني بنساش فاهم اللعبة عارف الغشاش نحط الكلمة كلمة على كلمة تخزق دانا كانها رشاش
We'll be right back, folks. Literally, give me like 60 seconds. Dude, can you work on like a fun graphic, like a "We'll be right back" graphic that we can use, put together, and yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Okay. We is back. I'm back in business. Back. Hope you guys like that beautiful computer. I love Anthony just randomly throwing jobs at Nour. No, it's not like asking for a sodi. It's very different. I very politely ask. And I do know you're going to be watching. Anyways, folks, I am back. We're going to be doing some Ethan Klein stuff. I know they're on break. They've been gone. But Ethan has not left his phone, folks. They were supposed to go on like vacation, have like a nice little chill vacation. He cannot seem to stop dropping Instagram stories. So I have a few here. Let's start with, I don't even know what to start with, folks. This is a clusterfuck of Ethan Klein stories. So let's get going. First of all, Robinhood. You know the app Robinhood? They literally made a whole fucking movie about how Robinhood robbed people. Like, remember the GameStop thing? The movie was called Dumb Money, okay? And people were buying GameStop stocks and then making money, even AMC stocks, and like they were hedge fund managers were losing money because they had shorted the stock on GameStop and AMC, and people were buying all that stock and like they were raising the value. And then Robinhood illegally stopped like trading on their app to save the hedge fund managers. Essentially, it's as shitty as an app as you can get when it comes to like corrupt apps and shit like that. You can't trust it. It's for trading. So anyways, here's what Ethan was for some reason apparently. Wait 1 second. Sorry, I don't have this figured out just yet. How does this work? Can't I open 3 pictures together? No. Okay. Well, anyways. This is the first one he shares. He says the Faux Moi special. So Faux Moi shares this on, I guess, their subreddit. They say YouTuber Ethan Klein's latest lawsuit against Twitch streamer Kaceytron has brought on such an onslaught of hate comments and suicide wishes against her that she says it honestly feels like people are trying to get me to kill myself. They're even taking bets via Robinhood on her committing suicide. So that's pretty fucked up. But Ethan shares this and says, the Faux Moi special, make up egregious lies, then ban anyone who tries to correct it. Robinhood app should be very concerned that Reddit is saying they take bets on if someone should kill themselves. That's quite fucked up. So Ethan doing the thing he does best right now, being a Karen, tagging brands, tagging employers. This person should be fired. This person wearing your t-shirt said this. Please, can I speak to the manager? Even when it comes to an app as shitty and as corrupt as Robinhood, Ethan Klein wants us to feel bad. Robinhood, please look what these people are saying about your application. They're saying you can take bets. Like, he's literally sending harassment to Kaceytron. You know what I mean? And instead of worrying about that and asking his fans to fuck off, he's like, Robinhood, watch out. There are trolls lying about your wonderful establishment. What the fuck, bro? Nour, could you please add to the title of the episode Bob Vylan and Ethan Klein Instagram stories? Please, for those who do not know. He then shared, by the way, the stream deck is amazing, the switching. He then shared, people should tag Robinhood app to ask if they're aware that Reddit is saying they take bets on if someone will commit suicide. Please tag Robinhood app. Let's get, he's trying to get Reddit in trouble. He's figured he's too powerless. He does not have the sauce or the juice to sue Reddit or to do anything of worth against Reddit. So now he's trying to get Robinhood to join in on the party. He doesn't care if Robinhood is a good company, whether they're an ethical company or anything like that. He doesn't give a fuck. They hate Reddit? Fuck it. Ethan Klein right now has made it clear he will team up with anyone if it means destroying like a common enemy. You know what I mean? He doesn't give a fuck if he's teaming up with Destiny fans, XQC fans, Asmongold fans, Nick Eat the Oreo fans, Keemstar fans. Doesn't matter. That's it. You align with me? We're friends. Hop on the boat. So please tag Robinhood. And then he shares one more. It's not enough. And so Robinhood app, so someone DMs Robinhood, one of Ethan's loyal foot soldiers, you know what I mean? His foot fungi actually DMs Robinhood and says, hi, I'm just reaching out to warn you that people, especially on Reddit, are saying your app takes bets on people killing themselves. While I hope and believe this is false, it seems like a major liability for your company, and I wanted to reach out to you in case you're unaware. And, you know, the poor Robinhood intern responds by saying, thank you for reaching out to Robinhood and making us aware. We want to assure you that Robinhood does not participate in this and that this is false information. We will have our internal team further investigate where this is stemming from. And Ethan says, insane that Reddit allows subreddits like Faux Moi to operate with impunity. 10K likes, front page post accusing Robinhood app, again, tags them again, folks, accuses the poor Robinhood app of taking bets on if someone will commit suicide. This is extremely messed up. Be sure to tags them a second time. Be sure to tell Robinhood app what Reddit is up to. I don't know, but could this be any more sad? Could this be any more pathetic? Please, tag them. Okay, and then, so before we jump into the Seandablack stuff, this was a tweet from Ethan's basement. I'm not sure if Ethan's basement is still in the chat, but good friend of the show. He says, picture this. It's your 30th birthday. You're on summer break and also a multimillionaire with 3 kids. You spend this day browsing Reddit, collecting clips of the women you're suing to repost in your never-ending stream of Instagram stories. This was Ethan's Instagram stories, bro. Literally on his birthday. He's on vacation with his wife. They got like a weekend getaway or something. He spent the whole day, bro, screenshotting fucking tweets, screenshotting Reddit posts, screen recording videos, downloading videos, posting videos, trying to make like snarky and funny comments, threatening people with lawsuits. Like, bro, again, this stuff takes time to do. He's probably like sitting there on the couch like, Hila's like, Ethan, do you want to help me start this fire? I'm trying to make the food. I'm hungry, Ethan. You haven't fed me in 2 days since we've been here. 1 second, Hila. I'm sending this fucking hilarious fucking Instagram story right now. You'll see what's gonna like. That's how it's going. That's how that's all fucking taking place. Like, you know, that's how it is. You know what I mean? It's not, it doesn't take a second. Let me, ooh, someone just sent me this clip. Let me download it. Ooh, wow, what a good clip. Is this a funny, Hila, is this funny? Ethan, please stop asking if this is funny. I'm hungry, Ethan. You haven't fed me in 4 days. Please, Ethan. Hila, just tell me if this caption's funny, then I'll feed you, okay? I'll make you the food. Like, that's literally how this shit's fucking going. And when they have kids at home, you know, are they feeding the kids? I'm kidding, folks. Like, I'm the one person who spoke out against the CPS call. And we're even going to pontificate together why I have not been sued by Ethan. But yeah, so insane amounts of tweets. Let's go back to his stories. Then we're going to go to all the like Instagram stuff. I think it's kind of confusing. So he starts off. This is one of them right there. So, good evening. I've been thinking deeply about everything going on, specifically about the accusation that I'm a misogynist for suing 3 women. You are all correct. It's not been fair. That's why I've decided to add Seandablack to the lawsuits for gender equality. Sean, be sure to thank all your snarker friends for their constructive advice. Nour, if you're still watching, could you please add Seandablack and Kaceytron to the thumbnail? Like, combine the old thumbnail with the new one and maybe something new. I'm so hungry. Something nice will come out, I'm sure. Thank you, Nour. Please still be here. So, good evening. I've been thinking. So, I mean, look, he has since said he has retracted this. So, let's not going to pretend like this is still happening. But the way he got there, the way he got to retracting the lawsuit is insane. And even if he was trolling, like, enjoy, look at this. They have a nice little fireplace. It's a fancy whatever. They've rented a house, some kind of an Airbnb. Something nice and fancy and expensive. Instead of enjoying this view with his wife, he's out there like, I'm going to sue Seandablack. I'm going to sue him. Who's going to watch me sue him? It's like, bro, oh my God. Like, fucking chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? Ooh, sorry. No name sends $2 and says, stream Counter-Strike. I'm horrible at Counter-Strike, but I'll stream Counter-Strike. Robibi sends 20 sec and he says, praise to be the Raider of Ramallah impression. Well, Robibi... It's been a while since I've done it. I've been gone for a week, so you guys get it. And Tetrafun, oh my God, all the way from Turkey, just gifted 50 Do Not Worry memberships, folks. You just gifted 50 Do Not Worry memberships. That's fucking insane. Thank you so much. It's like insanely generous, Tetrafun. Thank you so much. Keeping us alive, folks. Making sure we can pay the bills, survive, keep the channel alive for another month, folks. Thank you so much, Tetrafun. That's very much appreciated. We love you. 50 new members. There's going to be a brand new exclusive member stream and Patreon stream soon. Tetrafun, we love you. Thank you so much. I don't know how to say thank you in Turkish, but thank you in Turkish. Then Ethan shares like this. I don't have the clip right here, but this is basically what he said. He said, I understand my announcement that I'm going to sue Seandablack was upsetting to some. Therefore, in an act of superhuman grace, I will make you this offer. If the Snark subreddit, Taylor Lorenz, and Kat Tenbarge all apologize for calling me a misogynist, I will consider dropping the lawsuit against Sean. This offer expires Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So he's essentially like using extortion. You know what I mean? Apologize publicly. He just wants to embarrass these women. And he's saying that, by the way, because Taylor Lorenz had called him a misogynist for like constantly making physical comments about Anissa, about her, about multiple other women on his Instagram. And Kat Tenbarge, I guess, wrote like some kind of blog post calling Ethan a misogynist. And if the Snarks, how is the Snark subreddit supposed to apologize? Like, how are they supposed to appoint one representative? We have chosen user Blueballs54 to apologize to Ethan on behalf of the Snark subreddit. Like, how's that supposed to work? So, anyways, that's him kind of going crazy right there. And if he can't get his revenge, you know, directly on Taylor Lorenz. If he can't sue Taylor Lorenz, he's gonna threaten to sue someone else to put pressure on Taylor to like apologize to him publicly. He's become fucking like drunk with power. He's become kind of like a disgusting human being when it comes to him wanting to exert power over like women particularly. And I never used to think that. I never would have accused Ethan Klein of being like a misogynist. But recently, the way he is talking about certain women online and the way he's weaponizing this toxic incel audience to constantly harass these women, he is proving himself to be very much of a misogynist, essentially. So Taylor then eventually puts out, I think, like an apology. She says, Kat 10 Barge is no longer on Twitter, but she wanted me to communicate this statement to everyone. So that was from Kat. She says, Kat here. I want to be clear that my piece never refers to Ethan Klein as a misogynist. It says the lawsuits have provoked a torrent of misogynistic abuse aimed at these women who are already frequent targets, were the latest gift to the misogynistic cesspool of the internet, and are the catnip for the misogynistic ecosystem in the Twitch community and beyond. I'll apologize for something I didn't say if it saves someone else from being financially destroyed, but I think this latest move proves the point of everything I did say. And then, so that's what she says. And then Taylor, that's a quote tweet to Taylor saying, okay, bet, I'm ever so sorry for calling you a misogynist, Ethan. Now drop this lawsuit against Sean, who absolutely does not deserve this. Ethan says, sarcastic non-apologies will not be accepted. Snark, I need a mod to sticky a post with a heartfelt apology. Do this and I will tear up the complaint. I am 100% serious. So that's what he meant. He wanted a mod to literally sticky like a fucking tape. Sticky a fucking comment. That's fucking insane. Okay, again, he took back the lawsuit, but after he was accused of like fucking extortion and shit. Sorry. And then before we're gonna read Sean's tweets, but he eventually did admit for this being fake. And look at the view behind them. They're like this beautiful spot. They're on like a cliffside house, you know what I mean? The ocean behind them. This motherfucker's out there busy threatening other people with more lawsuits, sending more Instagram stories than anything. By the way, sorry for the jump scare. Apologies, folks. Here. Why does he look like an American Civil War like a reenactment guy, like with the gray hair? He's looking more and more like a white man, you know what I mean? Like an old, rich white man who likes to sue people with litigation. Beautiful couple, folks. The golden couple. The internet's favorite couple. Anyways. What did he have to say? Okay, I was kidding about you suing Seandablack. I thought it would be funny to add a guy after being called a misogynist. We do a little trolling on vacation. The truth is, if I thought I had a good case, I would have added him from the start. He was very close to making the cut, though. Anyway, pretty funny how you all went from calling me a misogynist to calling me a racist. For the record, I did not even know that Sean was black. Of course he did. So it turns out my lawsuit isn't racist, just misogynist. But if you ask me, I am the true feminist. I hold people accountable, regardless of gender. But go ahead and tell the judge about how it's not fair that I'm targeting 3 women. Let's see how that works out for you. All the best, Ethan Klein. Signs it off. Hilarious. So that's a little bit of that. Ethan's that's just a glimpse, a tiny glimpse of his Instagram story adventures. So let us get into some of Seandablack's. Let me just see if I missed out on any chats, anything in the chat. But Mudmud sends another £2 and says Sean's response is a massive W. Yes, it is. We're gonna check out all of those things right now. So let us get to that right now. As I take a sip of water, please, may I have some more water? Please, I'm so thirsty. Oh, please. Please, sir, may I have some more porridge? I've not had enough porridge today, sir. Please, may I have another bowl of porridge? Oh, the porridge! My favorite meal. Okay, enough porridge talk. So Seandablack responds. He says, this is the last thing I'll say about this, but Ethan Klein using me to force accomplished women journalists to grovel to him is ironically exactly misogyny he claims is inaccurate in this very post. Exactly. And I don't think Ethan knows anymore, bro. He's so lost in the sauce. He's so lost in the sauce, he doesn't even know what he's doing or that he's being a misogynist. Like, he's fucking kind of clueless. But very good tweet by Sean. And then he says, he presents a false choice. Grovel to him as he exerts the control he wants to feel over women. 2, deny him whatever gratification he gets from that narcissistic behavior and subsequently be blamed by him for a small creator being sued. I reject this choice. Fuck you, Ethan. Again, another massive W by Seandablack. Friend of the show, by the way. We've never interacted much. Just he tweeted something out once. I replied to him. We followed each other. Seems like a good-ass fucking dude, to be honest with you guys. Would love to get to meet him someday. If I ever visit, you know, the area that he's at in the States, would be nice to say hello to Seandablack. Then, once Ethan admits that... Ooh, actually... No, there's one more thing that we want to watch, too. He's forcing... he wants Hassan to donate money to... we have to watch this. This is so fucking fucked. I think he was talking about Seandablack, too.
I feel like if I don't give any attention to this with my platform, it's like... Then it... I feel like if I don't give any attention to this with my platform, it's like... Then it's... Then I feel like I'm leaving these people defenseless. He has also admitted multiple times he wants to hurt you financially through them as if you were their legal guardian. No, I know. That's why he keeps saying like, oh, socialist, why won't he give these guys money? Trust me, if I offer support, you won't know about it. Okay?
There we go.
Beyond what I've done thus far. You will never hear about it.
So let's see what Ethan had to say about that. Let me just read his story, basically. He says, because Snark and the 2 disgraced journalists are unwilling to swallow their pride, it looks like the lawsuit against Sean will be moving forward. So, in an act of unimaginable grace, I am prepared to make one final offer. Sorry, I read this out of order. He says, if Hassan donates $25,000 to each of their GoFundMes, I will tear up the Seandablack complaint. So he's literally, he just wants Hassan to pay. You know what I mean? If Hassan couldn't pay... reputationally, because Ethan tried to get Hassan banned on Twitch, he tried to get Hassan ruined, his image ruined, he's still getting profiles by all sorts of publications, CNN wants to interview him, all sorts of shit. He couldn't hurt Hassan, he couldn't do anything to actually hurt Hassan. So now he wants to hurt him by trying to sue his orbiters or friends of Hassan's, people he's associated with. If he can't get to Hassan directly, he's going to hurt the people around him. Kind of like someone threatens your family. If I can't get you, hey, well, I got your wife and kids, what are you going to do now? So it's not the same thing, but I mean, you know what I mean. Now, he literally, if he can't get Hassan to pay or lose money, he wants to see Hassan pay $25,000 to Denims, to Kaceytron, and to Frogan just to fuck him over. He just wants Hassan to pay in one way or another. He wants Hassan to lose. And he's literally has had to go to the furthest extreme of fucking suing 3 people to try to get Hassan to spend some money. Like, and by the way, Hassan makes fucking bank. Like, if Hassan wanted to help these people, he would not fucking feel it. It would not fucking affect him one fucking bit at this point. So, Ethan, laugh all you want, bro. So he says, if Hassan donates $25,000 each to their GoFundMes, I will tear up the complaint that I've already spent several thousands writing. Furthermore, Hassan, any behind-the-scenes donations will be found during discovery, so pretending like you are helping them behind the scenes works now, but everything will be overturned to us in due time. He even doesn't believe Hassan when he says that he's helping these people behind the scenes. He wants to like embarrass him. He wants to show exactly what's happening. It's gonna be talked about during what fucking discovery. Like, what does it fucking matter if Hassan is helping them behind the scenes or not? Ethan wants to know. This all needs to be public. Donations will be found during discovery, so pretending like you are helping them behind the scenes works now, but everything will be overturned to us in due time. Just, I mean, completely psychotic shit. I don't know what else to fucking say. And Ethan's also been very happy sharing a lot of lawyer content, which, look at this fucking
right
weirdo.
now, but tell Ethan I will debate him.
I think this is a lawyer, but like this fucking lawyer, I mean, I'm sorry. If there was a photo in a dictionary for an incel, what an old incel looks like, it is this fucking guy that Ethan Klein is now following. Look at how fucking pathetic this is. And he says, how many law tubers saying they're fucked will it take to get through to them?
Right now, but tell Ethan I will debate him. Is he running away with...
You can debate him. You can debate him in a court of law. So you want to debate Ethan Klein? You have your opportunity. You have your opportunity. There's a moderator to the debate.
Bro, I'm sorry. This guy looks like he's from the movie Deliverance. You know what I mean? Squeal like a pig, boy. Literally. What the fuck is this? Madma says he's using Sean as a human shield IDF behavior. All they know how to do is IDF behavior. They learn from the best. He learned from his wife. He learned from the raider of Ramallah Marmar. That's who he learned from. Like what the fuck is this, bro? Like, look at this fucking.
It's called a federal judge. Good luck.
It's called a federal judge. Like, what's up with the dick riding, bro?
You can debate him. You can debate him in a court of law. So you want to debate Ethan Klein? You have your opportunity. You have your opportunity. There's a moderator to the debate. It's called a federal judge. Good luck.
He's so fucking smug, bro. And by the way, all these law tubers, they fucking love Ethan Klein right now because he's giving them content. You know what I mean? He's given this massive incel audience this fucking lawsuit saga that they can follow. So these law tubers who fucking milked the shit out of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, and then they milked it, like, you know what I mean? They put, and the Justin Baldoni and the whatever her name is, fucking case. What's her name? Blake Lively. Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni. That's how these people make their fucking money. So now they found another case to latch their hands on, and there's this hungry audience of fucking incels that hate iDubbbz and hate Anissa and hate Frogan and hate Denims and hate Kaceytron. You know what I mean? And they're mostly fucking all anti-Semites and fucking racists. But Ethan doesn't care at this point. He just wants to get back at people that criticize him online. It doesn't matter how. So, good luck. There's going to be a federal judge. Yeah. Like, what the fuck, bro? Anyways, let's get back. That's everything that I saved here. Let's get back to Twitter and continue checking them tweets. So yeah, so Sean says, after failing to force 2 women to grovel enough for his liking, he's moved on to trying to force financial penalties on Hassan, using me as a hostage once again. Another false choice. Either Hassan, 1, donates to 25K publicly and further feeds Ethan's puppet master God complex. 2, doesn't feed Ethan's ego so he can then pin the blame of him suing me on Hassan's millionaire socialist won't spend 75K to protect a smaller creator. Fuck you, Ethan. I'm not your pawn. Suck my dick. Again, very well said. And they are exactly being used as pawns. You know what I mean? Ethan is just using these people. Seandablack, Taylor Lorenz, whatever the fuck he can use, just against each other. He can't get to Taylor Lorenz. Let's use Seandablack. He used Seandablack as a pawn against Hassan and Taylor Lorenz. So, I mean, shit, twice. So that's what he was up to while he was on vacation. And then Sean says, after failing to receive Hassan's attention, Ethan admits he has no case against me and he's doubling down on the misogyny of only targeting smaller women creators. Thank you all for the support, but make sure you go send that energy to those who still need it. Links below. And here's a clip of him kind of talking about this, I think. Ethan and his Kleinsmen were dead serious about their evidence on Sean. Oh, so that's the evidence that they had against Sean, apparently.
Likes. Seandablack admits to being a place to watch the content without giving Ethan any views or revenue. Aren't watching the video on the main video feed.
Oh, so they're saying that this is so Seandablack is admitting to being a place where to watch the Hassan nuke without giving Ethan any views or revenue. Let's see that proof.
Seandablack admits to being a place to watch the content without giving Ethan any views or revenue. Aren't watching the video on the main video feed. You know what I mean? The only people watching the video on the video feed are the people who like the video. Everybody else has decided to not give it views and watch it everywhere else. You know what I mean? Especially the amount of people you sent to mass thumbs down. This is all you can do. Like, this is kind of funny. I watched the discover this big old nothing burger. I'm happy everybody's watching you guys instead of giving Ethan the views. Yeah. Come on. Happy not to give him any views. Of course. Yeah. If that's not admitting, it's not admitting. I mean, you know, yeah, sure. Show it to a judge. Good luck, I guess. Responding to Chatter. Yeah, Chatter was just like, I'm so glad you're watching this so I don't have to watch it. And I was like, yeah. Right?
Yeah, so if that's what they think they have on... So that's happened to me a bunch of times. Sometimes I'll be reacting to like a clip from the H3 podcast, and then I get people in the comments like, yo, thank God you're watching this because I was not going to watch it on Ethan's channel. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Like, never mind you. We'll watch it together. Like, that's not... someone responding to a chatter doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? And again, we react to the content to critique it, to criticize it, to add commentary, to add context. I don't sit there and watch full H3 episodes. I watch the full debates with Sam Cedar and Hassan. But I mean, yeah, a bunch of dude, chatters can say anything. If I'm responsible for what my chatter is saying, if a chatter's like, hey, I'd rather watch it with you than watch it with Ethan, and if I'm like, yeah, well, welcome, what the fuck does that mean, bro? It doesn't mean anything. And like, again, also, like, I mean, this channel, we don't just do react content. We have our own original shows that we do and stuff like that. So if Ethan thinks that, like, I'm out here trying to be a market substitute, I am, but not like for your content. I'm not trying to get, instead of people streaming the H3 podcast, I don't want them to stream it through me. I want them to watch my channel instead of your channel, but watch my own content. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to watch H3 through me. You know what I mean? You guys want to watch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? We'll stream the whole episode. Just watch it here. Is that what he thinks is fucking happening?
Thanks for streaming so I don't have to give it any views. You're welcome. There, he admitted it. See? He admitted it. He said it. When he said yeah, what he really meant was, I'm stealing all the views from Ethan Klein and I'm streaming this just so I don't have to give it any views. I am making a market substitute for it. I heard it. I heard him say it. That's...
But yeah, so that was that. What's here? Oh, so okay, so the Kaceytron situation has honestly been kind of sad, and it's been hard to see what she's going through, bro. To be honest with you, like, it's really fucked up, and she seems to be taking it the hardest, bro. Which, I mean, I fucking understand, having half of the internet and an insane fucking cohort of like fucking incels and like what a mix of people. This is really sad. This really got to me. So Kaceytron says, I literally just got myself out of debt. I've been scraping by desperately, trying to get my head above water. I finally got to a point where I could breathe, and now this. The thought of how financially damaging this could be is literally killing me. I cannot think clearly. I support my disabled father. I spent the last year helping my grandma after unexpected layoffs. I was looking forward to using my resources to help my mom build a tiny home because rent at her trailer is too high. I'm so tired of poverty. People celebrating want me dead. Anyway, I'm still trying to clear my head. I feel extremely overwhelmed and panicked. I'm just going through the motions. It sucks receiving this level of hate and feeling completely alone and defenseless. Feeling like my future is completely fucked. No stream tomorrow either. Sorry. So this is very hard to fucking read. And the fact that Ethan and his fans and his buddies online are like celebrating this person's pain. Like, oh, well, you fucked around there. You're going to find out. Fuck around and find out. Lol. This is what happens when you make bad decisions. Like look at some of these fucking responses. Oh, no. If it isn't the consequences for my actions. What fucking actions, bro? Reacting to a fucking video online, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? Did she actually fucking hurt anyone? Did Ethan Klein actually lose any fucking money over this fucking video? Is he less of a millionaire right now because Kaceytron reacted to his video? No, bro. He just wants to fucking get back at these people and unleash a fucking wave of harassment and hate upon them. That's what's happening. Howling Mutant says, all you have to do is beg for forgiveness. Flop around in the dirt like a little worm. Maybe he'll take mercy on you. Not a great option, but it's all you've got, sweetheart. Now crawl. 1.4k likes, by the way. And this one has 1.9k likes. Oh no, if it isn't the consequences for my actions. I think they did elope. I think she is. I think she had a good couple days recently. She went out with her fiance, and I think they got married. So I think there is a good, like, Kaceytron has been up to some good stuff recently. So we wish her the best. But I mean, this still stands. This is still very sad. You know what I mean? Mudman sends another £2 and says, congrats, Kaceytron, on your engagement. I saw a clip of them getting married on Twitter, actually. It's very sweet. And she needs all the happiness she can get. Bored and gets paid says, nothing ever comes of Ethan's lawsuit threats in the long run. And anyway, us folks with resources will continue to support you. Okay, that's a sweet messages. Okay, Sir Savvy says, maybe stop buying enough weed for 50 bong rips an hour. Maybe cut back on the junk food. Maybe get a job. Sounds like you kept yourself in debt for the sake of sitting on your rotund ass all day to smoke weed. You've got to be really bad with money because I remember in the early days of Twitch, all the fake crying you did used to land quite a bit of money. Never invested, never saved. Weird, very weird. Anyway, don't admit you're committing a crime and this would never have happened. Like, as if these fucking people give a shit about crime give a shit about copyright, give a shit about fucking infringement, bro. You know what I mean? They're just enjoying the ride, and these fucking law tubers are going to enjoy it. They're going to make videos off of this, and people are going to make fun of these people, harass them online, be fucking annoying about it, to be honest with you. Fafo, fuck around and found out. Hope Hassan helps you. Like, just fucking assholes. Several wolves since $2. Also, Ethan was the fair use guy. Exactly. Ethan was known for fair use, and now he is the enemy of fair use. Now, he'll say it's because, well, these people explicitly said they were trying to steal my content. No one fucking explicitly said that, bro. No one even fucking hinted at it. Most people were fucking responding to chatters, or people on Reddit shared their links for people to have alternate ways to watch the content, Nuke. Matt says, you blame everyone but yourself. Can you just for once look on how you have fucked yourself? It's no one else's fault. Bro, it's literally one man's fucking frivolous lawsuit, vengeful lawsuit. That's what it is. So, anyways, this kind of harassment is horrific. Here's an Asmongold clip. I think I have some Asmongold videos here. Let's see. This might be what they are. So this is a clip from Asmongold. It's got 1.7 million views, folks. 1.7 million views, literally harassing this girl. It's called "You Get What You Fucking Deserve." You get what you fucking deserve. And the thumbnail is like, I think Kaceytron like crying or something, bro.
You know, like that's what really like.
This is the same girl that said I killed my mother. The amount of sympathy that I have for this, 0. You get what you fucking deserve. Ethan W. Huge.
And I don't think she said that. I think she said, like, I can't remember what she said, but she didn't say he killed his mother. She maybe insinuated that like his house is fucking disgusting or something. But like, you know. He said Ethan W. Look at Asmongold. The person who said that Palestinians have a inferior culture and they deserve to be genocided. What does he think about Ethan Klein?
That I have for this, 0. You get what you fucking deserve. Ethan W. Huge Ethan W.
Me like so.
Oh, huge Ethan W. Great. Again, Ethan Klein, folks. The left H3H3, the fun goofs and gaffs leftist podcast, with their number one ally, Asmongold.
Freaked out.
That's right.
Like, and I know people are gonna be making fun of me for this.
Not making fun of you for it. I'm just saying that you deserve it.
It's not what she said. I think she clarifies it in that tweet. Let me see. Because Asmongold is rallying the troops against me. It's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. It'll never get better. He's signaling to his audience that he wants me to run a lifelong harassment campaign against me and lightly hinting that I should kill myself. The Incel Brigade was so upset to see me getting empathy, they've been doing yet another mass smear campaign to disparage my character and convince people that I am deserving of having my life ruined. Awful men in this platform hate to see women not continuously dehumanized. They are now scrubbing through all my social media to find anything damning of me, even claiming I said Asmongold killed his mom, which is a lie, as well as being upset I said Bad Empanada was funny. This crash out is because there was one post on Faux Moi expressing empathy towards me. The Incel Hate Brigade cannot stand when their behavior makes it outside of Incel echo chamber and is seen for what it is by the masses. Let's continue watching this video.
You deserve it. By the way, if you didn't deserve it, you wouldn't have gotten served.
And I'm just so fucking tired of constantly being harassed.
The way they feel so entitled and they feel so smug. If you didn't deserve it, you wouldn't have gotten fucking served. Like, as if justice was just done. And these fucking sad incels who no woman would touch this man. I think he has dated someone. Okay, I'm sorry, but like this man is hideous. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Asmongold, objectively, is a hideous human being. So for this it's clear this man is gonna take pleasure in making fun of Kaceytron. You know what I mean? Let me try to move my screen. Boom. Okay.
Harassed by this shit, you know, like.
Then you should stop harassing other people.
For the past 3 or 4 months, I've really just been.
Bro, she didn't harass anyone, bro. Did Kaceytron harass H3H3 by fucking watching the content, Nuke, bro? I had never even heard of Kaceytron, bro. I never even knew that she even mentioned Ethan Klein once in her life, bro. Like, the fact that he went after her was so fucking random. Like, honestly, he could have just as easily sued me. Theory time. Why didn't Ethan Klein sue me? And I think I have a couple of theories. First of all, I mean, I live in Lebanon, and just by me saying that now might make him want to sue me. So this is a horrible idea, but I think this is why he didn't sue me. I think I have maybe 3 reasons. 1, I live in Lebanon. I'm sure that won't stop him if he wants. He said that he wants to sue Bad Empanada all the way in Argentina. I think if Ethan really wants to sue someone, he won't let distance be a thing. But it is an obstacle. Me being in another country is going to make it way more complicated for him to sue me. I don't even know how the fuck it works. I don't know how he would serve me the papers. I've joked before that he would probably get one of AB's cousins, one of AB or Lena's family members to like try to serve me papers or something. But I mean, I live in another country, so automatically I am less of a target for Ethan, even though he probably would have loved to maybe sue me. I have no idea. And not that he has a case against anyone else. He would find some reason to fucking sue me. You know what I mean? Oh, he responded to a chatter in a weird way that could suggest he wants to steal my content. Whatever the fuck he wants to say. You know what I mean? But I think I live in Lebanon. That's one. Number two, I'm actually like, I'm not famous enough. Like Kaceytron, even though I hadn't heard of her, she has over 100,000 followers on Twitter, so she's a big creator. She's been around for a while. Denim's way more popular than I'll ever be. You know what I mean? She has a big following on Twitch, big following on Twitter. Frogan, big following on Twitch, big following on Twitter. Very much known in the streamer world, in the sphere, in the world of H3. So a lawsuit against these three people, I guess, makes sense. I have not even 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, like 6,000 followers on Twitter. I wouldn't get Ethan the publicity that he wants out of these lawsuits. He wants to make content out of these lawsuits. He wants people to watch video after video after video about these lawsuits. He wants to push these people, to harass these people online. It's not going to be as fun for the Sam Hyde audience that Ethan has recently cultivated to make fun of me online. It's more fun for them, and it's more in their incel nature to make fun of women, because that's what they're used to doing. So he has unleashed this army on these women. So I think the fact that I live in Lebanon adds a certain degree of complication. Also, maybe, I mean, it might look bad for him. You know what I mean? Like this already all looks bad for him, like to Ethan, the optics wise, like suing 3 smaller creators, but he doesn't give a fuck. But it might look a little extra bad to sue like a Lebanese person who's living in Lebanon, who's being bombed by the IDF for criticizing Ethan. Like, I think that would also maybe he would feel a little bit of shame by doing that, but I don't really think so. Like, I think he's beyond that. He doesn't give a fuck. So I don't think that's a factor, but I think me living in Lebanon and being a bit more complicated, and me being like a small nobody creator, that wouldn't get him the attention that he wants from these lawsuits. You know what I mean? He won't get the views by suing me. He can get more views by suing these other people. Maybe that's how he's thinking. Third, and that's a big maybe. And I've criticized Ethan and Hila a lot, and I've said some shit that they deem horrible. They've called me the most despicable of all people on their podcast numerous times. They've even said that I'm like worse than Bad Empanada. They said that I'm the most despicable, and I had to remind them, like, yo, are you forgetting Bad Empanada? Who, when I say despicable, I mean despicable in a great way. But I did defend Ethan when it came to the CPS call and people saying that he killed his dog Shredder. I did put out a couple of tweets, or I think I talked about the Shredder thing once. I talked about it, and like the H3 subreddit picked up on it. And for CPS, I was like, yo, like, I don't fuck with CPS. Ethan and Hila love their kids. Like, this is maybe a distraction that we don't need. So maybe that's it. He's like, you know what? I fucking hate Millhouse, but the fact that he defended me with the Shredder thing and the CPS thing could be a reason. The fact that I'm even mentioning that right now, I could be reminding Ethan, oh, great idea. Let me sue this fucking guy. So that might happen. But I think that could explain why I didn't get sued. Also, like, I never fucking said that I'm out here to steal Ethan's content. I very openly said that I'm here to poach his fallen audience. I'm here to poach his fallen fans, people that have stopped watching the H3 podcast. I very much want to be a market substitute. I want them to watch my show instead of watching his show. I don't want them to watch H3 through me. I don't want them to avoid, like, if they want to watch the H3 podcast, go watch the H3 podcast. That's not what we do here. I'm not a channel that fucking streams the H3 podcast all day. So I do want to take Ethan's audience, but I want to take them so that they watch my content instead of his content. Not so I can steal revenue that is supposed to be him. He drew his audience away, and I didn't do shit to get him, to be honest with you guys. He pushed his audience away. I made some videos, and they found me online. They're like, oh, this is cool. We're getting a similar H3 vibe that we used to get, but we like you better. We're going to stick around. That's how it happened. So, like, he's fucking crazy, bro. But anyways, let's keep going and see what's happening here. Sorry for the detour, but I think that was important to talk about.
Like, I just want to focus on myself and I want to focus on my community.
You want to focus on yourself and your community, so you actively lead harassment campaigns against multiple people to get them deplatformed, misrepresent them, and call them rapists, but you just want to focus on being positive in your community? No, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. It's so obvious.
I want to be one of those people who's just a breath of fresh air.
Fresh air. Was it 42 times? Something like that?
Sorry, I was distracted.
Focus on being positive in your community? No, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. It's so obvious.
I want to be one of those people who's just a breath of fresh air.
Fresh air. Was it 42
And she is, honestly, I just discovered Kaceytron for the first time. What a fucking hilarious human being. She is genuinely super funny, and Ethan might have done her a massive favor. I know it's hard to see that now, but like I think she's gonna get a much bigger audience now. Like I've discovered Kaceytron. I think she's fucking hilarious. Had never heard of her before. So hopefully she gets discovered by a whole new subset of the internet that actually loves and supports her. You know what I mean?
I'm something like that.
She smoked more than she spoke.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Dog, what do you... Look.
Again, fucking hilarious. This is genuinely fucking hilarious.
You think I made this?
You said it's just been such a fucking struggle. I'm just so fucking tired. It's like you don't get a lot of support.
I'm not tired. I just woke up.
You know, Asmongold's community, Tectone's community is now claiming.
That's right. You shouldn't have talked shit about me. What do you think? I'm a target dummy? You think I'm supposed to just take it? And also, I barely even talk about you. The only time I think about you...
What a fucking freak, bro.
...is whenever you're talking about me.
Claiming that Tectone is going to sue me for defamation.
Like these are the kind of people that do mass shootings, bro. I'm sorry. This is a mass shooter if I've ever fucking seen one. You know what I mean? He got lucky and got an audience on Twitch to like him, so he decided to maybe skip the mass shooting and just fucking rot people's brains on Twitch. But this right there is your stereotypical fucking profile for a mass shooter.
You is whenever you're talking about me.
Claiming that Tectone is going to sue me for defamation.
Oh. Remember how I said I thought it was going to get worse?
Wait, hang on a minute. What's going on here? You got Kaceytron asleep in the bottom right, okay?
She's reacting, guys. Guys, she's reacting. How much do you want to bet that our viewers probably go down the moment that she wakes up? The amount of sympathy that I have for this? 0.
There's another video that he dropped. Somehow this got even worse for her. Again, 1 million views 3 days ago. Like the amount of publicity and traction that the Kaceytron hate and this lawsuit is unleashing on these women is genuinely disturbing.
So Asmongold is rallying the troops against me. Let's listen to this clip. I'm not kidding. She literally reposted a clip with no audio.
You know, like that's what really like.
This is the same girl that said I killed my mother. The amount of sympathy that I have for this? 0. You get what you fucking deserve. Ethan W. Huge Ethan W.
You're like so freaked out.
That's right.
And I know people are gonna be making fun of me for this.
I'm not making fun of you for it. I'm just saying that you deserve it. You deserve it. I guess she was high when she did this. Like I don't know what to say. And it's gonna get worse. He's rallying a troop against me. He's signaling to his hate audience that he wants to run a lifelong harassment campaign against me, lightly hinting that I should kill myself. Really, I said that. That's crazy. I didn't know that. So anyway, there was a person here. I was scrolling down the replies. This is Asmongold from Kaceytron. And so anyway, I don't know if we really want to watch this entire video, but I just want to go through. It's so long, it's actually boring. These are all the posts that she's made about me. She's made all these posts about me. She's constantly talking about...
Yeah. Old attacking someone. Okay, I'm just pausing to see what she said about him. Still never tweeted anything as stupid as your terrible girlfriend has. Old attacking someone who makes insensitive statements about suicide and poor people always seems justified. Asmon was making fun of streamers like his girlfriend on the reg until he started dating one. I mean, I'm sure what she said is justified, bro.
All these posts about me. She's constantly talking about me. This is the person who's saying that I'm rallying the troops against her.
Kaceytron using Asmongold's dead mother to attack him.
Cry, Asmongold. As your type always says, facts don't care about your feelings.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Constantly being harassed by this shit.
And you also have Mike from PA. This is the person who said that Ethan isn't going to stop doing what he's doing until he's bloody in the mouth.
Not going to stop until he's bleeding out of the corner of his mouth.
Now he's making this
That's not what he meant, man. He was talking about like the carrot and the stick, man.
Comment, is Twitch going to wait until someone is seriously injured by these incel and stalking communities before they do something about it? Here's Asmongold doing a direct call to action for his community harassing their partner streamer. So here's the thing. This is a person who, as a regular, has made negative comments about me constantly. I want to let you know that no matter what happens, I'm not going to stop doing it. Oh, wow, he says he doesn't feel bad for somebody who said that he killed his mom? Oh, no. Get the fuck out of here. If you think even for a second that you are going to try to seek any type of sympathy from me, that is not the case.
What a piece of shit. Anyways, a quick little fun fact, folks. Some of my coworker friends who are now stuck in Dubai without visas because of my complicated work situation are watching right now. Hello. If you're, I'm not gonna name anyone just to not make it awkward, but they did tell me they really enjoyed the laptop moment. So, folks, once again, just to remind you, this is my work laptop who has now been taken hostage. And until I get what I am owed, by the way, YouTube mods, this is a fake plastic gun. Until I get what I am owed, this laptop is in danger, folks. This M2 or M3 MacBook Pro from like 2023 or whatever. This work laptop, folks. You guys want it back? You want this work laptop back in one piece? Shut up! You shut the fuck up! What'd I tell you? Okay, sorry. The laptop's fucking acting up. I told you. Told you what'll fucking happen if you open your mouth. So if you guys want this laptop, you better renew them fucking visas. This laptop's going bye-bye. Okay, it's gonna sleep with the fishies. You shut the fuck up. Okay, there we go. Fucking better stay fucking quiet down. Shit laptop. So anyways. That's what we got to do in Lebanon, folks. You want to get your paychecks? You want to get paid here? Okay, you can't trust contracts. What's a contract? You got to take matters into your own hands, folks, and take laptops as hostages. So, you know what I'm saying. Okay, back to, Asmongold? No, fuck that motherfucker. So hungry. I'm so hungry. Okay, so let's see where we're at. Man, the Stream Deck has made such a difference in my life. So she kept going. Okay, that's enough of this tweet right here. And then Kaceytron. Okay, so this is the
to look
video.
into lawyers and stuff today, but I didn't think that I'd get served yet.
This is what Asmongold was making fun of. But let's watch this video and, with the actual context without being fucking dicks about it.
I was planning on starting to look into lawyers and stuff today, but I didn't think that I'd get served yet or that I would even get served. But I guess I heard it's Ethan's birthday. So I don't know. I was like, I guess I'll go live so he can get a good birthday gift since I'm sure he thinks this is funny. I don't know. But I got served. My dad answered the door and I said earlier they used my dad's disability to trick him, but that was unrelated. It was just today we've been calling on my dad's disability, because I've been working towards trying to get my dad on disability, and we were responding to some calls and notifications we got about that. And then a few minutes later, the next thing I know, my dad comes in and he's fucking crying. It's really fucking traumatic to see your dad.
That's fucking sad. You know what I mean? He's making Kaceytron's dad cry because he's afraid for his daughter. He's afraid that she might be in over her head. She's in some kind of situation that could financially ruin her and her family. And Ethan and his fans are literally relishing in this. Okay, Ethan Klein being a Zionist is one thing, or him making Zionist comments on his show, that's one thing. But literally now trying to ruin people's lives. And what, Kaceytron sent CPS over to your house, Ethan? Is that what you think? You think Kaceytron fucking sent CPS over to your house, or Denims, or Frogan, bro? Or all of us together, all of us collectively, by criticizing you, we made it okay to send CPS over to your house. And now you want to punish these people, that you want to make her dad cry, and you want to traumatize her by seeing her dad cry, a guy who's trying to get disability, who's probably sick and suffering. That's just kind of fucked up, bro. I'm sorry. That's fucked, man.
Cry like that. That's what really has me so freaked out, is seeing how emotional my dad got about it. And I know people are gonna be fucking making fun of me for this, and like they're gonna be posting like videos of me like crying and laughing at it and whatnot, you know, like I don't know. Like I'm sure like what you guys are watching right now, like every fucking incel community that's
Ooh, bro, that's fucked. Dizzle McFizzle says, bro, they passed that horrible bill today, and once it passes the House, it'll be the end for me because they'll yoink my healthcare. Dude, that's so fucked up, man. Yeah, dude, my mom is in the States as well, and she gets like Medicare and Medicaid. My mom, as you guys, I don't know if like some of you probably know, my mom has like a rare case of of muscular dystrophy called mitochondrial myopathy, and she gets her care in the States, and she gets like, you know, government healthcare. She gets Medicare and Medicaid and all that, and it allows her to have a caretaker at home almost every single day of the week for like 7 or 8 hours, bro. Like it's life changing. She has access to all the medical equipment that she needs at home to be healthy as she can be. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine how scary it would be for my mom to lose her healthcare potentially. So Dizzle, I'm sorry that you're losing your healthcare, man. That's fucking terrifying, man. And Dizzle's been, for those of you who don't know, Dizzle is our favorite veteran, who's gone through some shit and who needs the support. He says, I'm so glad I made it to 38. Don't think I'd make it this far. Hey, don't be saying crazy shit like that. You're still fucking young. 38. You got plenty of time left, man. I'm gonna be 35 later this summer. So let's go back to Kaceytron.
It's been attacking me relentlessly for like the past 10 years is going to use it for YouTube clips because they literally make careers out of bullying women like me. And I'm just so fucking tired. I'm just so fucking tired of constantly being harassed by this shit, you know? Like, for the past 3 or 4 months, I've really just been like, I just want to focus on myself and I want to focus on my community. I want to focus on being funny. I want to be one of those people who's just a breath of fresh air, you know? Somebody who people can watch to escape and get away from it all. I just want to be focused on being funny and being giving, and focus on, you know, the gays and the girls and the people who uplift me so much, you know?
I don't
like,
know, bro. So fucking sad, bro. She seems like such a sweet person, man. Does not deserve all of the shit that's happening with her right now.
we just got done doing our Trans Lifeline fundraiser and shit, and it just made me so happy. You know, like I said, it's just been such a fucking struggle, and I'm just so fucking tired of struggling, and just the idea of having to like keep on struggling and it just be an ongoing thing for like the next several years of my life. It's just like, I don't know if I can fucking do this.
I feel her, man, and like, and on a much smaller scale, I can relate to her, especially now. Like, I mean, for example, I've never been rich, and I've been working hard, and I'm having a job, and over the last like year at least, I've been working really fucking hard with my full-time job, working 9 to 5, and then streaming, and like running a YouTube channel, and then specifically in the last few months, working and streaming full-time has been incredibly exhausting. Like I was drained by the end of every fucking day. And then just when I was starting to do well, and just when the YouTube channel started to do well, and I was like able to actually save some money, you know what I mean, between my salary and the revenue YouTube was making, I was like, okay, finally I see a fucking path forward. And now, boom, lose your job, boom. Not only that, they don't want to pay you your last salary, so they kind of fuck you over in a sense. So, and I also always feel like there's something holding me back. I feel like every time I'm about to reach somewhere, something that's fucking holding my shirt literally, and like not letting me get to a point, and I just want to fucking keep running through it. I want whoever's holding my shirt, like I want my shirt to fucking rip, and I want to fucking keep sprinting. I'm fucking sick of being held back. And I'm trying to connect to Casey on a much smaller scale here, on a different scale, personal scale that's happening to me. But kind of how it's going right now. So this is very sad to see from Casey. And here's another story that Ethan shared about Casey, like, which is fucked up, bro. What does he say? He says she's on a road trip right now. So he's sharing her fundraiser. He's showing that she's raised $41,000 so far. Fucking amazing, by the way. 41% of her 100K goal. He says she's on a road trip right now. Instead of finding a lawyer, how much of the 41K do you think she's already spent on weed? So again, just minimizing the stress that comes with what he's doing to her is you know, the impact that it's having on her. So wait, what did she say? Let me just see what she says. She says, I would never spend a cent of the GoFundMe for my legal defense on anything other than that. Ethan Klein is mad that I'm having a better time in Branson. Is that Missouri? No, not Missouri. MO. What's MO? Ethan Klein is having a better time in Branson and in a $60 a night hotel room than he is on his vacation that probably costs more than low-income people make in a year. And very true. But I mean, again, why the fuck do you care, bro? Like, he's literally seeing all those clips of her talking about how this is making her fucking depressed. This is making her want to kill herself. She can't deal with the harassment, and yet he still harasses her on his Instagram stories. He still sends his army of fucking insane fans. Missouri. Oh, it is Missouri. He sends his fucking crazy fans after her, bro. So, that's kind of fucked up. I want to talk about this dude, the Legal Eagle guy. Not Legal Eagle. What the fuck is he called? Legal whatever. Let me see. There's a fucking lawyer that I want to talk about really quickly. Sorry, folks. Let me open a new window real quick. Got some stuff to talk about here. Take a look at this beautiful, beautiful case, folks. More. Still here, folks. We're still here. Oh, there's another Asmongold response. Enough Asmongold. For now. He's going to make one more appearance. Okay, so Legal Mindset. There's the guy. This dude that Ethan is like simping on right now. This other legal YouTuber. Let's get to this. And then if we have time, we'll consider talking about the Taylor Lorenz stuff, but I think at this point we've covered that pretty extensively. Haley D sends $5 and says, when you kind of wish that Ethan would have tried crack more than once, it would have been a lot more chill. I think it would have been a much chiller guy. Never tried crack, by the way, folks. I do not know if it makes you chill, but I have a feeling Ethan would have been more chill on crack. Dizzle McFizzle says, P.O. Box, I've got cheese to send, bro. Dizzle, you know what? Actually, well, since I was going to say I just got paid. I didn't get paid, but I paid myself. Since my job didn't give me my salary, I sent myself money from my U.S. bank account here. So I now have money. I will try to set up the P.O. Box next week. I'm a little bit busy this week, but yes, I have now paid myself, folks. I'm now self-employed. I pay myself. No one sends me a paycheck. I send me money every month. So got to work for that shit. And thank you for the reminder, Dizzle. Seriously. Okay, so this was a funny tweet right here. This lady, Yeet.
Because I saw that.
Fan favorite, Yeet. Folks, the 12-year-old that could. What does he say? He says, Emiru talks briefly about the Ethan Klein lawsuits. I don't know who Emiru is. Let's hear what she had to say.
Well, reacts are a little scary because I saw that some people are getting sued for reactions, but I mean, it's like a different case than what I do, I guess. So, surely it's different.
Slippery slope. That's how it starts. You know what I mean? You set a precedent. Soon, your ass gonna be sued for some shit. You best know that.
Mr. Daly wouldn't sue me. We're homies. He likes my tweets sometimes. Yo, Dylan, thanks for 33 months. It's people that like maliciously react. Like they react to people they hate and they're like, watch me so that they don't get any views. Like, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, again, no one did that, by the way, Emiru.
That's not good.
England and Rose.
Yo, Snake, thanks for 8 months, and Henry, thank you for the 500 bits. Just admit to crimes on stream. I've never admitted to any crime on stream.
Crime, bro.
Are
you fucking kidding me? Someone watching the content nuke is now a crime. So, but yeah, then someone had a pretty cool response. Muscavo says, wait, you mean to tell me this chick is on the side of Ethan Klein? No way. And here she is hanging out with Tectone, who is a sexual harasser, whose dad is an accused R-worder. And this is obviously the beast, Asmongold. So yeah, I mean, you know, not a trustworthy individual, I would say. Here's Ethan sharing a video from a Legal Mindset, Kaka Klein starts his day listening to these chud YouTube lawyers, stroking his ego and talking like Trump. So this guy, Legal Mindset, is apparently like a very right-winger lawyer, YouTuber, something like that. So let's see what he has to say about this whole situation.
You guys can find the best lawyer. Listen up. The best lawyer you can find. The best lawyer that you guys can find. The best lawyer. Listen up. The best lawyer you can find is the lawyer that's good at settlements. You need to find a lawyer that's a good negotiator. And you need to calm Ethan down and settle with him. If you settle with him, maybe you can save your ass and save yourself some embarrassment.
This guy's such a fucking suck ass, bro. Such a fucking kiss ass. You need to calm Ethan down, okay? Calm Ethan's Ethan the badass.
Maybe you can save your ass and save yourself some embarrassment and get some of these things dropped. Maybe if you guys come out and settle with him, that's the easiest way. Settlement is always easy. Settle with him quick. It will.
This really is stroking his ego. Settle with him because you don't know what he'll do. He's right. He'll win. Settle. You don't want to embarrass yourselves. Apparently, this guy's a fucking misogynist. We're gonna look at some evidence of this fucking dude.
Save you so much time, money, and public embarrassment. Because otherwise, you're gonna have law tubers like myself and all of the people on the internet covering this for the next years, and you are gonna get smoked. It's not gonna look.
You would fucking love that. That's what you're waiting for, bro. He's already banking on it, bro. I'll show you guys how many videos he's made about the Ethan lawsuits.
Good. Your underwear, and I mean that legally, is going to be dragged through the streets. This is going to be like that episode of Game of Thrones with the shame episode with Cersei. That's going to be what's going to happen legally. You don't want that. You don't want the dirty laundry out there. Settle. That's the real.
I hate how he moves his hands. Is that a thing? Like the way he just uses his hands and like floats them like that. I don't like that. Settle. Help Ethan. Settle.
Big words that they.
Here's another clip. This is a 2-minute clip of this fucking guy. So let me show you a little bit of it. There we go. So Legal Mindset, who Ethan just shouted out on his story, is a racist, misogynistic, and transphobic right-winger. He posts his videos to the far-right platform Rumble. Let's see a little bit of this guy. So Legal Mindset, there he is, debunked. Myth of St. Floyd debunked. Stay Toxic, LawTube called misogynist again, featuring the Nate the lawyer. R.I.P. DEI, Walt Disney World corruption exposed, DEI abolished. So he hates DEI, folks. He hates the woke stuff. Oh no, they cast a black person in my Disney movie? Woke! Go broke. Am I right, folks? What else has he got? Cancelled. Russell Brand cancelled. Insane UK tyranny. Rumble fights back. Oh, you mean Russell Brand, the rapist? Are you upset that they've canceled Russell Brand, the rapist? My man, is that what's happening? Okay, cool. Interesting. What else does he have? Based red pill chads targeted by FBI. The fuck, bro? And what else? Bud Light and the delusion of woke marketing. Oh my God, bro. This guy's fucking disgusting. Bro, Ethan just dropped the pretext at this point. Stop pretending to be a leftist. Stop pretending to be a Democrat, or I mean, he's a liberal Zionist, you could say, I guess. But like, just stop pretending to not be a right-winger at this point. Just embrace the change. You've embraced the audience. You've embraced the right-wing audience. You've embraced right-wing creators, YouTubers, streamers, whatever the fuck. Just enjoy it. Just fucking fully embrace this shit, bro. You know what I mean? That's it. There's no need to pretend anymore. Legal Mindset, this is another yeet tweet. Legal Mindset thinks the simps likely won't save Denims in court. Oh, simps, okay.
So Denims, and her unique personality is so special. Denims is such a unicorn. She is such a unicorn, ladies and gentlemen. That
like how this guy's in his fucking 40s or 50s, bro. Like, how old is this motherfucker out here talking about like denims on the internet, like a young Twitch streamer? What the fuck are you doing talking about this, bro? And like trying to appeal to like 12-year-old fucking Sam Hyde fans. What is going on here with this fucking guy?
The law doesn't apply to her. And I know that on Twitch this word is banned, but I'm going to say it. I know some of her simps are going to agree with this. And I saw some of her simps are going to say, yes, queen, Denims is above all.
Yeah, so everyone's saying this guy had no views until the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp lawsuit, in which he obviously, like every other slime ball like he is, hopped on Johnny Depp's side and just shat on Amber Heard for like a year and a fucking half and made tons of money by live fucking streaming the case. Bro, these people made fucking bank off that Johnny Depp case. Insane, bro. It made fucking careers on YouTube,
She's
man.
Princess Butterfly of the universe, and she can do whatever she wants. But in the reality, not the simp verse, that is not real. Personality does not get you out of fair use. So Denims, and her unique personality is so special. Denims is such a unicorn. She is such a unicorn, ladies and gentlemen, that the law doesn't apply to her. And I know that on Twitch, this word is banned.
Oh, we already watched this. Why am I watching it? I forgot what he said. Anyway, so he's a fucking idiot. Let's go to his YouTube channel. Kind of what I want to see. What's his name? Legal Mindset. Proto sends $2. How? Whoa. Proto, $2. How can anyone be an H3 fan? Pure bullying BS. I know. It's horrendous. Let's check out this guy's fucking. Thank you for the support, Proto. I mean, I used to be an H3 fan when it was actually fun goofs and gaffs, but I admit there was some bullying. He used to bully people, but we used to enjoy it because we used to think it was righteous bullying. But, you know, now you learn that there is no such thing. The Legal Mindset. Let's go to his videos. He has 294K subs. Okay, so Liver King, Johnny Somali, then Denim's video. Asmongold and Hassan. Hassan and Ethan. Ethan. So he's kind of milking that thing. You know what I mean? He found his new cash cow. He found his new lol cow. You know what I mean? This is a steady content, a stream of content. He's got 3 lawsuits, so he's 3 different sets of videos. He can make Frogan videos, Denim videos, Kaceytron videos. Once the Reddit lawsuits happen, he's got the Reddit lawsuits to add to the tab. He's got the Noah Samson to add to the tab if he's doing that. So Ethan's lawsuits are literally content for this guy. Literally. He's paying his salary. This guy probably makes more money on YouTube than he does being a lawyer at this point. No fucking joke. And then Ethan will say that, like, we're obsessed with him and making videos off him. This fucking guy is gonna fucking milk your shit dry, bro. This guy's gonna make your shit. So he just made a new video about Denims. It looks bad for Denims. Let's see what he has to say. So Denims apparently is gonna sue Ethan, apparently. So here. It appears that Denims has decided to fight Ethan Klein in court. Now, I don't have anything other than this tweet. There might be like a video clip or something, but that's all we have here. Because Denims just updated her viewers on her lawsuit. With permission from her lawyer, of course, her legal team thinks she has a very solid case, and she is going to fight this. No settling, no ignoring. My lawyer can do shit. Just wanted to share the exciting news with folks here because I know we're not all freelancing unemployed with Denims watchers like me. She also wanted to thank people finding and getting all the clips that are helping fight Ethan's bullshit because it's making this easier for her, which is still very hard, by finding the things that are out there and undermine his case. So apparently Denims is coming after Ethan. So let's see what Legal Mindset has to say about all of this.
So let us start with.
Now, this is an hour and 17 minutes. We're just going to watch like 10 minutes of this. No more. I would kill myself if I had to watch more of this fucking guy. But let's just take an idea of what these incels are saying.
Lawsuits, shall we? And the first one up, per popular demand, is our girl, Denims. So we've got this one. Obviously, this is filed 80 pages. Strap in, boys. Once again, we're going up to 2.5 hours here. This is in the United States.
Mud. Tell me you're a sexist without saying you are a sexist. Just look through this guy's fucking videos. And thank you for the support, Mud. We very much appreciate you and love you.
States District Court, Central District of California. So 2 things to note: California, but this is in U.S. courts. I mean, federal court, not state court. So there's the federal rules of procedure, not the state rules.
Ooh,
right?
I missed the message from Silly Goose. Sends $5. Hi from New York. I make rugs like the one you have behind you. Was wondering if you want one for the new kitties to lay on. Love you. Love the NW crew. Stay safe. Ooh, Silly Goose. That's so fucking sweet of you to offer. Actually, I have a very nice tufted rug behind me. Weirdly enough, my girlfriend Demi also makes beautiful tufted rugs. So she would also she also likes to make that stuff. Weirdly enough, thank you so much. Hey, if you want to make a gift for Nata and Maki, Silly Goose, that would be the sweetest thing. Once we have a PO box set up, if you no pressure for anyone to ever make or send anything, but if you'd like to make something, of course I would love that. That would be the sweetest fucking thing ever. I love these Tough to Drugs. My girlfriend wants to make me another one, maybe to hang on the other half of the set. So that's super sweet of you. Thank you for the $5. We very much appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And we love to New York. I lived in New York for a year. I fucking love New York. So let's get back to this video for a little bit. Watch this creep.
And this is in the Central District of California. This is TED Entertainment, California Corporation, versus Alexandra Marwa Saber, aka
Oh, so boring.
Subjective. So I don't like that. But they added the other part to it. They added.
This lawsuit is about ending the practice of lazy reaction videos that copy entire copyrighted works and purposefully siphon views and revenue away from the original.
Purposefully siphon views and revenue away from the original. So when the judges are looking at this, they're saying, oh, we're not ruling on just whether you can react, because that's kind of gray area. It's react plus. Do that. And remember, he's even made it
kind of boring. I don't want to watch this motherfucker. Yeet. Fuck, he was talking about the Simps. What else is there? There's a clip of talking about Hassan right here. Just I need to do one quick thing, folks. Let me just. Check one quick thing. We're gonna end the stream pretty soon, I think. There's not much more to talk about. Let me check. Should we check the Taylor Lorenz stuff? Let me see. I think I'm done with legal. This fucking guy is kind of a douche. H3. Actually, no, this is kind of fun here. Let's just do this thing. I think the H3 subreddit like thought this was some kind of an own or something. But check this out. This is on the H3 official subreddit. War on terrorist propaganda updated. So they've made like a graphic that sort of shows like who's on what side. And so belligerents. So here. Commanders and leaders, friends of the H3 podcast are Ethan Klein, Ela Klein, AB, Asmongold, XQC. Like they're posting this as if like this is like a fucking own, you know what I mean? Like they're posting this as if this is like a good thing, posting Ethan's allies when in fact it's just a list of fucking the worst of the worst characters on the fucking internet. Ela Klein, Ethan Klein, Asmongold, XQC, Destiny, Tectone, Mudahar, Nux Taku, More Pegasus, Sensitive Society, Turkey Tom, Willie Mac Show, Nicholas De Oreo with Loner Box and Hutch. Here are the commanders and leaders of like the Hassan team, for example. Hassan Piker. There's Denims, Frogan, Sean the Black, Kaceytron, Mike from PA, Gremlo, Millhouse. Ooh, I was included. Taylor Lorenz, Alyssa, Mercanti, Idubs, Anissa Joma, Bad Empanada, Second Thought, Hakeem, Noah Sampson. Like, are they doing this to make us look good intentionally? Because like, can you imagine being with the other fucking group of people? Imagine being on the same list as Destiny, Tectone, Mudahar, and Asmongold, Turkey Tom, and Willie Mac Show? Like, what the fuck? Nuxolotl sends $2 and says, legal mindset fled the US to avoid unpaid taxes. Damn, really? Dude, that's fucking hilarious, bro. CH says, we've been hearing about this P.O. box for half a year now, by the way. I know. That's it. Next week, I'm going to do it. Guys, I'm unemployed now. Now the P.O. box, if it's going to cost like $70, that $70 is going to fucking hurt. Every dollar I spend now, folks, I got to think twice about it because I don't have no more work. I don't got no more salary. You shut up. Shut the fuck up, MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro's acting up again, folks. My hostage from work. The only thing I have left, folks. I didn't get paid my last salary, but I got this. This is a fake gun, by the way. YouTube mods, fake gun. This is a fake gun. You shut the fuck up, laptop. I'm going to sell you, and I'm going to sell you good, okay? I'll sell you to any fuck. If you don't behave, I'll give you to the worst fucking family. I'll sell you to the worst fucking people, bro. Okay? Stop fucking acting up. Look at that now. Lights. Is my audio back on? My audio's back. Yay, nice. Okay, audio's back, folks. We're waiting for power. Hopefully, electricity comes back because this battery I got only survives for like 5 minutes. Boom. Okay, there we go. We back. Laptop's fine, folks. I totally didn't drop it. The work laptop is fine. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Don't complain. You barely tripped. 1 second. Well, folks, this has been our stream tonight, folks. Yeah, Haley D saying do a raffle. I'll sell raffle tickets, and you guys can win a used MacBook Pro, folks. I never used it, by the way. This is what they gave me. I asked for the work laptop. They gave it to me. I was like, do I even really want to like set up a new computer and like reinstall everything and re-download everything? So I was like, fuck it. I just left it in the box, never used it. Sure enough, now I'm going to sell it. I'm kidding. Not yet. Give me my money. Send us our salaries. All of my coworkers that are stuck in Dubai with expired visas, you better fucking renew their visas, yo. Like, this isn't a fucking joke, man. They're seriously playing with our lives, bro. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the beginning of the stream. I was talking about how I recently lost my job, and my employers have decided to not pay me or the rest of my team our final paychecks or their severance packages. They're trying to use us as pawns as they argue and bicker. Isn't it nice when a bunch of rich people with a lot more money than you are fighting, and because they're fighting and can't get their shit together, you, who need your monthly salary, end up losing your job, and you don't even get paid your final salary. And for some, in the case of my 3 team members that live in Dubai, their visas have now expired. So that's fucked up. Thank you, all you guys that joined me on this comeback stream. Thank you. I needed this. I needed to get back in the spirit of things. I haven't streamed in like 6 days. I've been super distracted and stressed out mentally. So this felt like dipping my toes back in the water. You know what I mean? I hope this was a watchable stream for you guys. If it felt a little off, if I felt a little bit weird, I'm sorry. I am very stressed out about what's happening. Some balding guy rambling sends £5 and says, also unemployed as of this week. Have some cash, my fellow jobless brother. That's so fucking sweet, man. Come on. Unemployed people having each other's backs. Unemployed family. Thank you so much. Some balding guy. That's so fucking sweet. Thank you, man. Save your money, man. Keep your money for food, for rent, for bills. I feel you, man. This fucking sucks. And we're old, man. The world is changing so fucking fast. Like, I'm 34. I'm already old for most, like, industries. Like, at least I feel like I am. You know what I mean? I'm not getting any younger. So whoever's looking to hire people, they want it younger. They want to hire the young, new bucks. You know what I mean? I'm considered a dinosaur at this point. You're 34? Do you know how to use this software or that software or AI? Or it's like, no, and I don't want to, bro. So it's going to be a journey of kind of finding something else to do, because I've been working in the same industry, pretty much the same job for like 6 or 7 years, man. Kind of insane for it to go down like it did. Malaise has just become a do not warrior. Thank you, Malaise. Welcome to the family. Nour says, save your money. Some balding guy, she's right. Save your money, some balding guy. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, but it's not. I need the people that are employed. Whoever's watching and who's rich, you be saving your money. But anyone who's unemployed, it's just like the fucking stream, like the video, leave a comment, just chat in the live chat. That's more than enough. But thank you. Let me take a second to thank some of our lovely patrons, folks, who have supported this channel and who are making sure that we can still pay the bills. Brand new patrons such as Elise Marrero, Karen Goodwin, Vince Lasagna, Jennifer Sage, Whoop Whoops, Kara, and unidentified Florida Man. And let me thank some more patrons as well by opening up this here document. Patrons like Eliane Mujab, got your patrons like Eliane Mujabir, Dominic Selzer, Daniel Nechle, EU Watson. Daniel Nechle, by the way, who I'm gonna hang out with. He's in Lebanon for a few days. We're gonna meet up. He's here till the 10th. Daniel, we're gonna meet up. I promise. Thank you so much for the support. Superhero patrons like Michelle Bagnall, Preston Kroll, Elias Salibi, Joey Daboul. Blonde patrons like Matt Gerchik, Bahar, Julia Kaskulia, Alice Ackerland. Thank you so much. And abductee patrons like Kara, Mr. XP0384, and NA. We love you guys so much. Thank you all for the support. I'll be back. We're going to be back, not tomorrow, Thursday night, with our national anthem tier list. It's going to be super fun. The national anthem tier list is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be listening to a lot of classical music, folks, and fighting. This is when this is going to be like the Olympics. Okay, who's got the best national anthem? We're going to be honest. Okay, even if it's a country we don't like, should we even listen to? We're not even going to listen to the Israeli national anthem, because national anthems belong to countries that actually should exist. So no Israeli national anthem will be played, but everything else we will play. Next week I will set up the fucking PO box. I promise. Also, Friday movie stream, and I'm going to try to pop in. This week is a little bit busy for me because one of my best friends is here, like I mentioned. So let me finish. Let me see him. Once he's out, I'm going to have a little bit more free time. Starting next week, I'm going to drop a schedule, and that's it. We're going to be doing back to 4 to 5 live streams a week. Video game streams, folks. I'm going to play some fucking Stardew Valley, some Steam gaming, some PlayStation gaming, some IRL streams, folks. Whatever it is that will help me survive, it's going to fucking happen. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, Nour, get ready for some Stardew Valley. Nour has a job, by the way. Nour, I'm going to be playing Stardew Valley while you're at work, so I don't know how that's going to work out. But anyways, folks, let's take a final look at the computer. Actually, let me try to disconnect this now. You know what I mean? Now that we're done, let me try to show you the setup in all its glory. Just give me 1 second, okay? Okay, so this is going to be a bit awkward, but this is the best I can do right now. So, 1 second, folks. Got to make sure I don't dox myself or nothing. Let me go ahead and close this. All right, let me. Dangerous spot. We're trying something new, folks. I should have ended the stream. What have I done? Okay, here. Let me close some of these things. Save, sure, save. Why not? View. Okay, let's get back to the adventure, folks. Got the double display set up, folks. Double display. Nice little keyboard. That's the. I mean, so that's what it kind of looks like. Sorry for the shitty angle. But yeah, the keyboard's really nice. Oh, I didn't even change the. This is the keyboard. Very nice keyboard. You could do any color you want, folks. We could do any color, any pattern. Anyways, I should really get going, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Sorry for the weird personal stuff that I had to talk about. It's my comeback stream. I need to get back in the game. 6 days of not streaming feels like a fucking eternity. Thank you so much to everyone who donated today. Thank you to everyone who... Tetrafun for gifting 50 memberships. Males for becoming a member. Some Balding Guy. Nogzolotl. Mudmud. Proto. Silly Goose. Dizzle McFizzle. Haley D. Several Wolves. Ooh, I missed Several Wolves super chat. Sent $2. Says Branson, Missouri is basically Hillbilly Vegas. Ooh, that's good to know. Well, thank you so much. Sorry, I just read your message, Several Wolves. Mudmud. Also. Again, Robibi. No Name. Melting Around. Ellen. Mac Lopez. All of you guys. Maxime Allaire. Ellen. Marina Nimis. Nick. Rimas93. N. Walker. Veronica H. Song. Nick. T. Half Tooth Replica. Veronica. All of you guys, seriously, thank you so much. We love you so much. The stream is back. We're back. I got the computer. We're going to be gaming. We're going to be doing some fucking badass shit together. I got the gear. Nothing can stop me now, folks. I can live stream during the day. Ain't got no job. Ain't got no nothing. Let's get that money back. Let's fucking make sure this laptop can go back to its family. You want us to return the hostages? You want to free the hostages? Free the salaries. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Do not worry.
Okay, see, I missed the message, folks. We just got a message from CH. CH has just gifted one Do Not Worry membership. Thank you so much, CH, for the gifted. Thank you for the gifted, CH. All right. We're going again, folks. We're going 1, 2.
Do not